dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? What? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of
it. Little classic. Got to always do it. All right, hey, it's DJ Long here in the house, and we have people on the stream today. It's crazy. All right, say hello, MTG Gamingbob, back on the scene. How you doing, man? Welcome back.
Back from the dead, I guess. Here, and thanks for having me on. Glad you guys still think about me.
Oh, well, I do all the time, but I don't tell anyone. Cryptic Command, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing, man. That footage right there reminded me of the old VHS bootleg I had from HBO when I was a kid.
Nice. Yeah. And then MTG Moxman.
Hey guys, what's up, man? Glad to be here with everyone tonight.
Yeah, and they all have channels, guys. Go check them out. Moxman, you cover a lot of reserve list, right?
Oh, you definitely know it, man. Anything reserve list, I do happen to know quite a bit about it.
There you go. Cryptic, you got a podcast.
That's right, man. We kind of primarily help out the new players and returning players.
And MTG Gamingbob, you've been rather busy lately.
Yeah, I'm still trying to make the rounds on the circuit and support all the fellow content creators and actually getting some playing time in, and really haven't made as much content as much as I wanted to lately, but we've got some more things on deck that hopefully we're going to spin up and get some more content out there for the viewers.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand that one, man. I'm trying to get more playtime in so I can act like I know what I'm talking about. But it's good times, man. Getting some Commander play in this weekend, and of course, one of the topics today is getting prepped for pre-release tomorrow, man. It's going to be super fun. And hello, David Zisman. How you doing, bud? Absolute worst or unjustified. Oh, he's asking you a question, Moxman.
What is
the absolute worst
unjustified reserve list card? Unjustified. The worst reserve list card? Man, what card would I pick on as being the absolute worst? I don't know. There's quite a few that are bad. Which card do I really hate? What card is in my hate books right now?
Isn't there an anti one?
There's a few anti ones that are bad. I kind of liked anti. I almost wish they would bring it back personally. Right? I don't know. If I have to pick one off the top of my head,
right?
Reserve list card that I hate. Hold on. Let me think about this for a second.
We need the Jeopardy theme music here.
Right? A card that I really hate. That I think has.
You have 2 seconds to respond, or self. Was it? Man, I forgot the exploding letter. You know.
All right. If I'm gonna pick something, if I'm just gonna pick something, I'm gonna pick something like I don't know, like Elvish Farmer. There you go. I'm gonna pick Elvish Farmer.
Man, that Elvish Farmer. What a reserve list card, huh?
What a reserve list card. Hey, your picture came up, MTG Gamingbob. That's awesome. Looks like you got a beholder there.
Hidden Path sucks too.
Looks like a negative 11/11 to me.
I thought it would be appropriate. You didn't think the Dwarven Pony was the worst?
No, Dwarven Pony's a fun card, man. Dwarven Pony can be fun, but like cards like Hidden Path that cost like 5, 6, 7 mana, 5 of it being green, and you can't really use it because it takes so long to get it and games are over before then. Like, I get that. You want the card to have some kind of usage in the game still, you know?
I was going to say, is there any reserve list vanillas? I mean, Shivan Dragon actually does something, but I'm talking about just like a reserve list that's just a generic, I don't know, 2/2 or 1/1 that got axed. Or got not axed, excuse me, reserve list.
There's a few cards, like there's guys like the Arcasian Infantry and stuff where they had abilities to pay for, like you could buy banding, you could pay for first strike and stuff. Those cards actually had some uses in the old days, but by today's mechanics, they'd be so dated. Other than banding could really mess things up nowadays. But other than that, right?
What do you think about the Silver Wyvern then?
Yeah.
Which one? Hold on. Which one?
I think it's a Silver Wyvern, isn't that what it is? From
one that's the 1/1 blue one.
I think he's bigger than the 1/1. but it's sort of like you protect him from spells. Like, why would they even target it if you could protect it? It's just
like so
very
a lot of the
low-value
cards. Well, back in the day
But
when they did
those
this,
do
guys,
things.
they just assigned cards, right? They just started taking
but-
cards and saying this is what they are.
If I had that,
But
old
those
almanac
actually
in front
do
of me-
things.
If I had that old almanac,
I'm just talking
in
where
front
it's
of me,
like, oh,
I can
sorry.
name a few. I was gonna say, that big book they had, the God book, before they had the mini ones. We just got rid of them, so they used to come with the bundles. It would show you a picture of every card
Oh,
in
yeah.
the set. So they used to have a big book back in the day, like the Bible, it was called, or something. The encyclopedia. So the encyclopedia. Anyway, you open that up and you got the sets revised. And do you remember that? You know what I'm talking about? It's a big book. Anyway.
I remember the Duelists, like where you would have the
No,
checklist
no.
of cards.
Yeah, I
and things.
remember Duelist magazine and stuff
Yeah,
like
Scry
that.
and all that. No, this was a book called the Encyclopedia. Matter of fact, you could probably Google it. I could probably Google it and bring it up too. But I'm just saying that you can go through like the God book and look at each individual card in the set. And there's a bunch of vanilla cards. I'll try and pull it up as you guys are talking. Go ahead.
Right, because like
Okay.
for those
No
old
worries.
style cards, there's lots, man. Like River Merfolk is not a great card on the reserve list. 2/1 for 2. You can give Mountain Walk. They do those kind of weird kind of powers, right? But even now, having Mountain Walk can still mess people up, so it's not completely useless. Although it's kind of vanilla, right?
Right.
Well,
Still a lot of
when I think of vanilla, I'm thinking of a blank text box. It's just a simple 2/1 or 3/3 or something. Maybe it has some flavor text, but that's all you get.
Yeah, I think most of the cards back then they gave some nice flavor text. Yeah, they were really big on the
Flavor
storytelling.
text,
back
sure.
then.
Yeah, that's awesome, but the card didn't do anything. It was just a basic 2/1, 3/3, 4/4, whatever, I don't know. That was my question on the reserve list.
Okay.
Like, why
I
would they
found
reserve that?
something here.
It doesn't do anything.
I found
Oh,
something.
okay. You want to share it?
Sure. I'll go ahead and share right now.
Okay.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, you guys are probably
It
doing
is.
screens. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, so this will be the encyclopedia right here. Do you see it right there? I'll
Oh,
blow it up
okay.
a little bit. Yeah, I'll blow it up a little bit.
I think I do remember that. The cover looks familiar.
Yeah.
It's like a
So-
4th edition, right?
Hold on. Well, it covered up to a lot more, believe it or
No,
not.
I'm just saying that the cover art looks like it's 4th edition stuff.
Yeah. Beta, I think. It looked at the black borders, see?
No, but that red front makes me think it. That's all.
No, I get you on that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the pack. That's like the pack art for.
Yeah.
Fourth.
It doesn't say right here.
And look at
but it
that.
does-
It's a publication of the Duelist.
Well, remember that there's a whole story that goes behind the whole wording on everything. It used to be called Mana Clash. Anyway, I'm not seeing if it might have an inside picture. Hold on. Maybe not. Well, there's more of them though, right there. That's cool. And no. Okay. So let me go back to this and see if there's images. I know it got quiet, didn't it? Okay. Images. And it should come up with the inside pictures. So like right here, there's an inside picture right there. I'll blow it up a little bit. See what I mean?
Oh,
You can
okay.
go through this. You can go through this like it's the God book, and you would find a bunch of vanilla creatures, man. Because this book is thick.
Yeah.
And look how many cards are on one page.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this thing exists, man. You can go through and you can kind of see yourself.
It's actually kind of cool to have kind of old stuff like that just hanging around.
Yeah, man. I had one. It was in the bathroom.
You know what? I don't think I ever saw these.
Oh,
growing
really?
up. No.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and end
All right,
my
guys.
screen here.
I'm gonna do. I gotta do some cracking real quick. It's always important, if you know what I'm saying.
In front of public
Purple Drake
on video.
All right, there you go. Bam. There's my my plug that I'm not sponsored for, and then there's the one I am. John knows about it. Bam. NorthValleyGames.com, guys. Go check them out. Use this code at checkout, DJL808. Get yourself 10% off purchase. If you guys are selling cards too, they hook it up with an additional 10% to that buy list price. So you get a little bit more on me. It's pretty cool. And as always, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys buy anything from my sponsor using my code, shoot me an email with a little picture of what you got. You're going to get 5 bonus entries for the big stuff. We're getting pretty close to the 500, guys. Got about what 44 more to go, man. 44 more subscribers, and giving away 2 pre-release kits. Wanted to do it by D&D, but looks like we got a little time. Maybe we can hit it for Innistrad. That'd be super fun.
Now, I want to say something too, real quick. That with our sponsor, they're also buying singles, and they're out of Jace the Mind Sculptors. I want to buy another Jace the Mind Sculptor. So sell your singles. They'll give you that 10% cash too.
Yeah, good times. So let's get into the first topic real quick. I was going to space this out and jump into the pre-release, I guess, what, strategy or I don't know. I had a better name for it. But yeah. Basically, if you get stuck with a color, Bob, Cryptic, and I are going to go over the colors with you guys. So if it's a color not used to, maybe you might pick up some pointers. So if you get stuck with that color, you'll know what to do. So I always like to do this before every pre-release, just kind of give everyone kind of a rough idea of what you're dealing with. And most people only like to look at the rares and the mythics, but the common and uncommons are the ones that you're going to get the most to work with. So there you go. Right. While we have Moxman here, I want to talk about the 2 bannings. First off, it's amazing because I don't know what happened with R&D, but we already have 1 card banned out of the new set. So you guys know what it is. It's the book. It is technically
speaking, it's not banned, and there will not be a banning either. That's been stated and written.
Really?
It's only banned in the 2022 format.
Yeah, it's a technical banning, and because they said something's coming out in Innistrad that's going to help deal with it.
Also, this is a one-of format, so there's no sideboarding.
So it's only okay. So we still have to deal with it then. Great.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna deal with it, and that's not the issue on my end. I'm not dealing with a book,
Yeah,
I'm dealing with dice, baby. I'm dealing with dice. I can talk about it later.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about that.
Yeah, I'm just dealing with infinite rolls, man. I'm not even worried about a book.
Well, I mean, I get the concern, man. I mean, not everyone is packing land destruction, nor should they have to, really. So what was the combo anyway? Anyone want to say what the combo was?
It's just a faceless.
I know it is.
I'm
just saying.
The book makes the faceless haven indestructible, hex-proof, and you can't lose the game, So
yeah, if you don't have somebody to deal with that land right then and there when it becomes a creature the first time, or you don't have a land destruction card to blow it up, then you've lost.
Yeah. And now they're trying to do that one thing where they're putting God counters on it too.
Yeah.
In response to that,
really?
yeah. Just in case, man. In response, I'll go ahead and put a God counter on it.
Oh yeah. There's the other land and make it indestructible even. So you want to pack land destruction? Oh, too bad. Too sad.
They're doing that in response to them killing the land. So
now it's the God you can't kill with indestructible. Sorry.
Yeah,
you'd have to exile it.
I think it's funny.
You'd have to exile it at that moment. It became a creature where it became the target of the.
Yeah, the God. Yeah.
You got to have basically an eat to extinction ready to go.
Yeah.
Or swords.
That bad boy up.
Now, wouldn't Portable Hull work on that too? No, it's the sorcery speed, isn't it? Oh, man.
I think it is.
Yeah,
that hurts because I'm trying to find quick ways,
Well, it's fun. I still say let it go and let people play and try. Mm-hmm. But they went a different route, so
I agree.
They just went ahead and temporarily banned it for now. So we'll see how it goes out in like 6 months from now.
I was thinking
I think
backwards.
it's mean being like that to Omnath,
It's not just Faceless Haven, right? It's any of the lands that you can turn into a creature till end of turn.
That is
like
correct.
all the earth.
Manlands, they call it, right?
That's correct, but they're looking at standard as the the health of the game. It's the foundation. So if standard's cracking, then that's really Magic the Gathering cracking. You know what I'm saying?
And it's still their fault, by the way. They still allowed this to happen. So I think they should have to correct it by putting new sets that they cope with it.
There's no issue here, guys, because another set's coming out that we don't know what's in that set.
Yep, to deal with the problem. But they should have known.
They probably already know, like, oh, well, that's not really an issue because you guys don't know what's coming in this set, I just think people are kicking dust a little too early, is what I think, man. Again, it's a one-of format that we should be blessed the fact that we are playing that format in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
On Arena, I mean, come on, we could play it out here with proxies and
Yeah.
Or you can be playing your own playgroup and play no matter what. You don't have to listen to them.
Yeah, you don't have to
Yeah,
listen
true.
to what, see?
If you're not playing a tournament, who cares?
Exactly.
Play.
Yeah,
the cards
no,
are printed and they're going to
exactly.
be in your hands, so you determine what the ban list actually is.
That's right. When you're in your own little playgroup, you
Right.
decide. That's my video tomorrow. That's my whole point.
Just like a roll 0 for
Oh,
all
yeah.
formats.
Ah.
All formats deserve a roll 0.
And David was saying earlier, he popped in and said that roll 0 anti if you want. Yeah, no, I hear you. So granted, we just said whatever, Watsy, but
No,
the actual ban.
We forgot about Hull Breacher though.
Hull
I
Breacher.
was just about to say it. Yeah,
Okay,
Hull
yeah.
Breacher.
Hull Breacher is banned, but by the council, not by Wizards right now. And who cares what the council says? I say.
I care what the council, the committee. I care about what the committee says, man. But
Only if you're in a tournament, man. If you're your own playgroup, what do you care? You guys
I
decide.
care.
But I don't
care.
think that there's many. I don't think there's any actual like sanctioned commander tournaments yet, are there?
It's not a sanctioned format. It's basically a casual format.
But they're ramping up to have it become something.
I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I love
That's
Commander.
cool.
I think
Right.
I think
That's what they're
it's
trying to
natural.
set things up for. You can see it.
Yeah, I would not be against it. That's cool, in my opinion. That's pretty cool.
I'll say this about the banning, and I know it's not a popular opinion, only because I wanted to build a Queen Bunny Rabbit deck with Hull Breacher as part of the backbone. It kind of kills the whole idea of making Queen my commander. Because
Would you call it Hull Bleacher?
so that kind of strikes me. But outside of it, yeah, it's a pretty ugly card. I mean, it's I understand why they banned it. It's at least as strong as Tybalt's Trickery.
Or braids?
I don't think it's as bad as Braids, though. I mean,
It is.
I don't know.
It is
I think
because your opponents aren't
Kind of
playing
worse
the
than
game.
Braid, to be honest.
Your opponents aren't playing the game, Russ. That's what it is. How
But,
would you
yeah,
like, how would you like to
Braids.
sit down? How would you like to sit down and not play a game of Magic? Does that sound like
Doesn't
fun?
Braids let everybody?
No, Braids
Take
takes
it.
away from everybody, man.
It does, yeah. That's why they got rid of her for Commander.
Absolutely.
But I think a Braids is more abusive. But
in the right hands. Let's just put it that way. Put that in the right evil villain's
The right
hands.
card combinations to let you get the cards you need. Yeah.
Yeah, you got a windmill deck. That's what they're going after is windmill effects. This one being one of the strongest, and it's going to hurt a lot of people because it is the strongest. You're going to have to go right to the backup on this. Take out Hull Breacher. See, now you got me going. Take out your Hull Breacher and put in the backup, which is what? Noxious Thief, am I saying it correctly?
Yeah, the Notion.
I'm not
Thief,
sure, to be
yeah.
honest.
Notion Thief.
Notion
There you go.
Thief.
Notion Thief, yeah. It was 1 black, 1 blue, 2 other or something like that.
Yeah, like Hull Breacher basically dropped like 10% already today.
Yeah. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. It reminds me of Scooter Looter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it this way. You said it before that it's Commander is more of a friendly format. That's not a very friendly card.
It's not. It's
Not
But
a
there's lots
competitive
of other
card.
killer combos. I played with a friend with a Blink deck, and the game was 4 hours long, and I had 8 turns.
if they make
Wow.
a sanctioned tournament, which I don't see them happen. I mean, that's cool, Bob, that you say it's going to happen. That's cool. I'm not going to fight it if it happens.
Yeah.
Right. But I will say this though, it's gonna shake things. You're gonna have to make another format for an existing format. Already, I'm seeing something I like the sound of, which is Commander Modern. If you guys haven't heard of that format, where it gives a lot of people access to more to these cards. Instead of Legacy Commander, you got Commander Modern. But I think that if you're gonna make a sanctioned Commander, it's going to shake things up. It's going to open up the floodgates of more topics like the 2 ban lists, or I can go on a tangent here if you want, but I'd rather not.
Yeah, no, I totally understand, man. And I just want to cover that real quick while we had Moxman on, because I know he's going to be skedaddling here in the next 5 minutes. So
Okay, I called some favors in for you. Enjoy the subscriber count.
I won't say no. Nice, thank you, brother. I appreciate
Texts
it.
have gone in, and people are connecting with you now.
Awesome. Well, hopefully they'll come in and hang with us live. I do a lot of random live streams, guys, as you probably already know. Sometimes I do giveaways too on those said live streams. So I this is my set show, guys. I do it every Thursday without fail. With you guys here or not, I'm still going to do something, and it usually goes for about an hour. We go about 2 hours on the show, but I'm trying to get some consistency for you guys. Every Thursday is definitely it for now, but I do pop on randomly, and I try to get videos up and all that fun stuff. So it does happen. But anyway, so I want you to taste a little bit of it. Who wants to go first? Maybe I should, just to kind of show the format a little bit. And basically, we're going to review the colors in the D&D set, and maybe, like I said, give you guys some pointers, or maybe you give me some pointers, or however it may be, and we're going to pick apart the colors here, guys, and go from there.
Is this where I say,
let me pull it up here.
Put that away. No one wants to see that.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Too funny, man. I see how it is.
Too soon. Too soon.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with black here. And basically, when you're looking this stuff over, really what you guys want to do is look at the common and uncommon cards, because those are usually what you're going to end up with. I mean, you're not going to necessarily end up with the Arlich Mythic, so I can't tell you how to gameplay off of that. But, we're just going to go ahead and review this a little bit. Let me go over to the screen here. Right one anyway.
Also, too, I want to say, if I can interject, that LSV reminded me of this yesterday as I was watching one of his streams. That if you're drafting this set, also you kind of want to pay attention to how much of one color is in that pack. For instance, he opened a pack and there was like 5 red cards in there. So he picked one of the strongest cards, which he's like, I'm going to go with this one. By the time that pack came back to him, there was still 3 red cards in that pack. You're not going to have that same experience, but you might want to preemptively think of that too as you draft this.
Yeah, looking ahead for sure.
Yeah, looking ahead. Yeah.
So yeah, doing that same method that you just talked about, you're going to have 6 packs to play with. And,
what he said.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, what he said. Yeah. That is what he said. And I got a little something for Mox before you go. So give me a little bit of a warning before you bounce there, Mox. It's just a quick little 30-second little video. Or no, 10-second. Not even 10 seconds. Anyway, so we got the Baleful Beholder here. This is a good bomb. When it comes to the battlefield, you can sacrifice, or each opponent actually will sacrifice an enchantment. So if you're going against someone enchantment heavy, cool. And then if not, you can go with controls you control. Excuse me, creatures you control. Gain menace until the end of the turn. So that's pretty sweet. If not, then it's just a big bomb. 6/5. Can't go wrong. It would be nice if it had trample, but hey. Yeah. On the uncommon side, we got a Black Dragon, another big bomb, kind of expensive, but if you can get there, hell yeah. Probably pack one of these. We got the Book of Darkness, but you may end up with that or not. That's kind of an interesting one. Check for Traps is pretty decent. It's a 2-drop, and you reveal their hand, choose a non-land from it, exile that card. If an instant card with Flash is exiled this way, they lose a life. Otherwise, you lose 1 life. So very stipulatory, but I mean, this is pretty much like Duress or something along those lines, So it could be handy. Chittering Skeletons. This one helps with your venture into the dungeon, but it is a big beefy 4/3. So that's not too bad for 4. Deadly Dispute. Sack a creature, draw 2 cards, and create a treasure. There you go. If you have a lot of little guys and or something that spawn little guys, which is coming up next, you can definitely ditch that and get this going. It's card draw is important, obviously. We got Death Priest of McCrull. Now, it's a 2/2 body, which kind of sucks for being a 4-drop, but it is pretty cool. It is a lord, so you got your skeletons, vampires, and zombies get +1/+1. But what I like is this bottom part at the beginning of your end step. If a creature died this way, died this turn. Sorry, I can't read, guys. Anyways, you could pay 1, pop a 1/1 skeleton out. That's what I like. Is that there you go. You could sack those 1/1 skeletons to do other things that require sacking. So there you go. Or you could just go wide with this guy. Granted, at turn 4 you won't be able to do it, but turn 5 or 6, if you actually manage to get there, you're going to be spawning skeletons. So that's not bad. You know what I mean? Silence. Okay. All right. We got the. Yes, I know. Okay. Anyway, yeah, you get an opponent to mill 2 cards on the demo Gorgon's clutches. I don't know. It's cool. You make a mill 2 cards and they lose 2 lives. So that's all right. I don't think I'm really going to jump on that one. Devour's Intellect.
They discard 2, mill 2, and lose 2. That's pretty.
Oh,
decent.
See, there you go.
For 3.
Okay.
Mana.
There you go. I was skipping ahead a little bit on my bad. But yeah, so that's actually not bad. But I don't know. There might be stronger cards to choose over that. This one's for 1 drop, make him discard a card. And if you use treasure to use this, instead that player reveals their hand and you use a non-land card from it, that player discards that card. That could be cool, pretty cool. There's a lot of treasure in black and red. So if you do end up with that color combination, you're going to be able to do treasures. And if you sack said treasures, not only do you get the mana or use the mana from that for the effect, you get bonuses. So that's not horrible. Here's another one I kind of like. It is expensive. A turn 5 play with the Drider. But it is pretty cool if you do manage to get some combat damage off on the player. From this elf spider, you get to create a 2/1 black spider. There you go, with menace and reach. All
Sorry, here's your warning. I've been called down.
Okay.
Sorry.
All
man.
right. Here we go.
Never
I
enough.
got one thing before you go. Here we go. Just something to leave you with for the weekend there.
Woo!
Yeah.
You know, he totally thought he was fine, man. You know, like, I'm good. I'm good.
He's like scratches his head, like, what the hell?
No one even notices.
Totally blending in right now.
Totally.
Guys, have an awesome weekend, everyone.
You too, man. Have a good one, bud.
That was awesome.
I thought you'd appreciate it. I gotta love a little randomness. You know what I mean? Okay.
He looked like Jack Sparrow too, didn't he? I thought he
No,
was gonna do a pirate
that's
joke.
his name.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, no, it's Captain Crack Sparrow. There's a couple other videos online with him. They had the Pirates of the Caribbean music going as this guy was walking, but I obviously couldn't use it for copyright issues. But there you go.
No.
All right. So we got a dungeon crawler. Enters the battlefield tapped. When you complete a dungeon, you may return a dungeon crawler from your graveyard to your hand. It's like the old school with the blocking zombie thing, you know? I don't know. It's all right. This dragon's pretty sick. Got Eyes of the Beholder. The -11 for 6. It sounds awesome, but that's pretty expensive for a kill spell. I mean, if you're dealing with gods or something, that's dope. But I don't know. I would probably skip
instant.
on that if I saw it.
It's instant and
It
it's
is
draft.
instant.
You know, it's draft. So
Yeah. If you don't end up with a lot of kill spells, maybe pack it.
Yeah.
Fate's Reversal. What's that?
I said it'll get past the book. At least it's an instant.
Yeah, that's true. If it was a creature, yes. Got your return basic black stuff. Return 1 target creature card from your graveyard, and you get to venture into the dungeon.
Right.
What happened?
Nothing. I'm just laughing at the basic black stuff.
It is basic black stuff. It's every set.
It's like green. It's like green ramp.
Yeah. It
It's
returns
green
to the
ramp.
graveyard. Yeah. To your hand.
You're like, oh my god, that's those basic black stuff.
Yeah. two at sorcery
White enchantment
speed.
destruction.
That's not bad for standard though, man. 2 at sorcery speed, you know.
Yeah.
Like animate dead, except for it's not
Being
coming in your hand. It's coming in your hand, not in the battlefield.
Right.
Still recursion, like you said, in standard is solid. It really is.
Yeah, and standard is pretty.
Yeah,
solid.
it is. It is. Definitely grab some stuff. And then if you are doing the venture into the dungeon thing, you got it there, man. You know what I mean? So Feign Death, this is pretty cool. If they're going to kill something real quick, and it's an instant speed, you can like, oh, cool. Well, thanks. Now it has a 1/1 counter on it. So that's pretty dope. Here's Paladin. This one's pretty interesting. So you got at the cost of life and 2 mana, you can create a treasure token, or you can, and that you do tap on that one, but the other one you don't. Target creature gets +2/+0 till the end of turn if mana from a treasure is used to activate its ability. Creature also gains Death Touch to the end of turn. It's kind of a nice little utility card and helps you later in the game. So if you pop this down, at least you got yourself a 1/1.
I was gonna say if you're drafting, you
It's
probably won't
not
see
bad
this.
for draft. Yeah, but again, you may end up with it. It's not a horrible rare. Gelatinous Cube's awesome. Also, it is a rare, so you may or may not see that, but it is pretty sick. It's kind of like a slow kill spell, really, because you exile the creature, right? If they kill it, it comes back, but you can do the dissolve later and pay for the cost of it, and boom, it's dead. Grim Bounty. This one is just like the Bake into Pie, but you get a treasure token instead. So this one's not bad for a kill spell to grab. We got Grim Wanderer. I like it because it has flash. You can only play it if a creature died this turn, but it doesn't have to be your creature. So something died, you got 2 mana, boom, flash this bad boy in, and it's a 5/3. Definitely a nice little threat.
I like it. I like
Herald,
that card.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I hope I do pull that because that's just like, oh, Grim Wanderer. Yeah, deal with it. And they do. Damn it. The Herald of Hadar. Okay. I almost want to say Hodor. But anyway, Circle of Death. You pay 6, roll a d20. And it does the things for rolling. It could be fun. It's a 5-drop though, so you may not get there. If someone's got a better deck than you, obviously, but it's pretty fun. You know, it makes them lose life. So 2 life. If you get the 10 to 19, you gain 2 life, they lose 2 life. And then the 20 is each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life, and you can create 2 treasure tokens if you crit on that 20. So not bad, but at least you got it's on a 4/4 body, so at least you got some beef, you know. Hired Hexblade. If a mana was used to cast this with ticket 1, you get to draw a card and you lose a life. Other than that, it's just a 2/2. Horde Robber. Horde Robber deals combat damage to a player. It's a 1/3. But if you do manage to hit a player, you get a treasure token. It's kind of okay. If you need blockers on turn 2, that's not bad. And it's a rogue, yeah.
So, I mean, there's ways to deal with that, but you know, to get it unblockable. However, not so much in standard right now. Well, not in draft, anyways.
Right. Like if you get black and then blue is your other strong color of what you have, you could definitely make that thing unblockable to actually do the work.
Blue is one of your other strong colors. I was about to joke, man. When it comes to me, we can just skip my part. Why would you want to touch blue in this set draft? And no, you don't want to touch blue.
No, I just said, hold on. Wait. I just said, if blue is your strongest cards, is that in you have a bunch of blue and you have black, blue has ways of making things unblockable. Am I incorrect?
This set, you don't really want to touch blue when you're drafting. Just a heads up.
Okay.
But
okay.
I mean, it's not. But
if you do, you're gonna cover that.
Yeah, I'll cover it. All right.
Yeah. All the jokes today, man. All right, we got Lightfoot. It's interesting. When he attacks, you get to roll out a d20, and against Death Touch, if you get 1 through 9, 10 through 19, it gets a +1 and Death Touch. And then if you hit a 20, it's +3. It gets First Strike and Death Touch. It's pretty fun for a little 2/1 body for 2. Gives you some options. The Spider is all right. I don't know if you'll necessarily pull that, but it happens to be there. It's kind of fun. I mean, I don't know. You have to do a whole build around her, really, but I don't know that you'll necessarily pull it. We got another flash, Manticore. It's pretty interesting. It is a 4-drop, got flash, flying, And when it enters the battlefield, destroy target creature an opponent controls that was dealt damage this turn. Power word kill. Okay. Destroy. This one's a pretty interesting drop. Granted, you're not going against angels, demons, devils, or dragons.
This is the
but
one
you pretty much handle
draft.
everything else.
This is the one you want to draft. It's an uncommon. It's going to be the one you want to seek for removal. It's the one you want
definitely.
to draft. Yeah.
It is. It totally is. It handles all the things except for angels, demons, devils, and dragons. But I mean, yeah.
Nah, I mean, there's going to be dragons. There's going to be dragons, but I don't think anybody's going to draft dragons.
Yeah. All right. So we got the drop here. When it enters battlefield, venture into the dungeon.
I'll be honest,
creature gets -2/-2.
If you had to choose between Power Word Kill and Precipitous Drop, I'd probably choose the drop.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's kind of getting rid of your. I mean, come on, it's probably going to get rid of the 5/5, and then on top of it, you get to venture into the dungeon.
Yeah. Right. You get -5/-5 if you complete a dungeon. But there's not a lot of dungeon things in regardless. Yeah. So this one's interesting. Ray of Enfeeblement gets a -4/-1 until the end of turn. If that creature was white, I got a little white hate. -4/-4. So all right for turn 1 and turn 2 kills, to giving it -1 to kill off their little 1/1 little blocker or attacker. Reaper's Talisman. K gets Death Touch till the end of turn. So I guess just on your turn then. And then when a crypt creature attacks alone, defending player loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. Okay. It's not bad for 1 drop, but I don't know. We got the goal here.
If you don't have the Vorpal Sword,
Yeah. Yeah, the Vorpal Sword's nice. Yeah, I mean, if you can get up to turn 7, you should be winning already, but it gives you the win con right there. So that's pretty sick on that card. So you can sack another creature, pump this guy up to +2/+2. You can only do it once per turn, though. So you can make him a 4/3. All right, so we got Shambling Ghast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
creature
Shambling
zombie.
Geist.
Shambling Geist, thank you.
Yeah, it's like Shambling. No, this is Shambling Ghast, but we have a creature in blue called Shambling Geist.
Ah, okay. So you can brave the stench. Hopefully people at your LGS put on deodorant. That'd be great. Target creature opponent controls get -1/-1. Okay. Opponent controls, that is. And search the body. You get to create a treasure token. All for 1. It's pretty sick. You get one or the other. So that's options. Definitely draftable. Definitely usable. I would snag this for sure if you were drafting. But you're going to have that definitely pretty good card. We got the Merchant. Let's see. When he enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. Can't go wrong with that for 3 for a 1/4. You could sack another creature or treasure and draw a card. It's pretty useful. Sphere of Annihilation. That one's interesting.
It's good. It's good.
Again, it's a rare, so you may not see it. But
it's
yeah,
good,
it could be fun.
Yeah, it's a board wipe.
It is a board wipe that you can build onto. So, all right.
It's totally
Thieves' Tools
splashable in any color too.
It is, because you only need 1 black. So, all right. So we got the Thieves' Tool. For 2, you're getting a treasure automatically. And then equipped creature can't be blocked. There we go. That as long as it's power 3 or less. So you could pay another 2 and put this on that one dude that was 1/3 to make that happen and just create treasures all day, all night. Okay. We got Vampire Spawn.
Or Venture in the Dungeon.
True. This one, there's a couple. Vampire Spawn enters battlefield. Each opponent loses 2 life. You gain 2 life. It's okay if you don't have other options for the 3-drop for creatures. Yeah, there's the Vorpal Sword right there. It gets +2 and has Death Touch. Definitely has a win con. So if it deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. and but you have to get up to 8 to be able to do that. And its equip is 2 black. We got the Warlock class. So this is the way it plays out. It's kind of similar to the sagas, kind of, but this is constant unless they get rid of it, of course. So beginning of your end step, creature died this turn. Each opponent loses 1 life. That's a static. You could pay the 2 to go up to the next level, but you still lose the top thing, right?
No. These stay. These are not sagas. So, like in Dungeons and Dragons, when you level up your character, you're not losing any of your previous abilities.
So you still get the top ability, then, right?
You get the top.
It says right up there. If you read the in the parentheses, it says gain the next level as a sorcery to add its ability.
Right.
So you're stacking as you go down the stack.
Yeah, you don't take away anything. Yeah. They just stack up.
Right. I'm just clarifying for Wormslayer, how you doing, bud? And Unbreakable, there's a white artifact that exiles, so good. Love the Hammer Time meta, and the classes are solid. Nice. Yeah. So this is one of the first black I think is the Warlock class is the
each color
the one class
each color has its own class, and then each dual guilds, not guilds, what they call them, schools. Each school has a guild.
Right. So that was good to know. I thought that's how it worked, but I wanted to clarify with you guys. So thank you for clarifying. So this one, if you level up, you get actually the first one and this one. So that makes these even more dope. So I was worried about that before. But when it becomes level 2, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. So basically you just get the beginning ability after this one shot of the level 2. Then when you get up to level 3, which is 7, the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life they lost this turn. So there you go. It's not too bad. Getting up to 7 though might be a little rough, but hey, it's what it is. And then we got Westgate Regent. That's a rare, so you may or may not see this, but I do like the ward, especially in this format. If you don't have a lot of card draw, it definitely hurts. Like, do you really want to discard a card to take this guy out? I don't know. He's a 4/4, so maybe.
I would, because
whenever
it keeps pumping too. He keeps getting bigger and bigger. So yeah.
So eventually you're going to want to discard a card to take this guy out for sure. And yeah, because if he does damage to a player, it puts that many 1/1 counters on it, which is gnarly. All right, and we have another rare here that you may or may not see. When it enters the battlefield tapped, whenever creatures dealt damage by weight this turn, create a 2/2 zombie creature token and exile that card. Ooh. So it's not even Death Touch. It just exiles Homeboy. That's crazy. All right, and then we have the Yin-Ting Fang Blade. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, venture into the dungeon for 2/2 with Death Touch. So it might get through. People don't want to lose their creatures, so there you go. And then we have this bomb zombie org for 5-drop. Beginning of your turn, each creature died this turn, venture into the dungeon. Oh, 4. No, wait. Okay. Is that each creature that died this turn?
A creature.
Or is it just a one?
It says a creature.
So it doesn't matter.
At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, venture into the dungeon. So at least one creature died this turn, you can venture in the dungeon.
Right. If 10 creatures, you get to venture in the dungeon once. Got it. All right. So Bob or John, you want to go next?
What color?
You had blue. Bob had white.
Go ahead, Bob. I'll go ahead and do white.
Okay.
And I said, Bob, if you want to make it easy, I am going to the pre-release Wormslayer. Okay. If you go into the chat, I put the link up for D&D Ventures, the link, and then you can just go up and click white and share screen.
Yeah. You said share screen.
Because I found this was easier to navigate than Scry Table or Mythic Spoilers. It was just, this one was a lot easier.
I think this will work. I'm not sure if I'm on yours or doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. Give me a second.
I don't know. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
White there. Oh boy, I don't want to do that. So, I mean, I'll try to follow this similar format. I tried to take an analysis on all of them, the mythics, the rares as well. So I'll give some just quick thoughts on them. I won't belabor the point. I got to be honest. I'm going to give my feelings on these cards, just as I would be drafting them. And quite frankly, a +2 mace, I think it's bad. I think it's a bad equipment card. Yeah. It's one white pip plus another that only gives it +2/+2. It doesn't equip as soon as it comes in, and it's 3 to equip. So it's just
I agree with you. I don't want to take too much glory here. Just the first card, right? Bonesaw. It reminds me of Bonesaw. It comes out for 1 and it gives a creature +1/+1. The equip is 1, right? This costs 2, so you get the 2/2, right? I get that, but the equip is 3. That's horrible.
Yeah, so it's 5 to put +2/+2 on a creature.
It's horrible.
It's like oof. For 5 mana, I think I could do some more effective things.
It should have been a +1 dagger.
Like something. Yeah.
The equip cost should be much less.
Yeah,
if it was 2 equip cost, maybe.
Yeah. +2.
But that's still kind of stiff. It needs to equip when it comes into play. Red got a much better card than this for their equipment. I think every other color did actually. So moving on,
they were changing white. They said they were changing white.
Something, and I don't know how you feel about mentioning other content creators. I always tell a friendly content creator that plays Arena, and I tell him all the time when he's drafting, flying wins standard. I love flying.
Right.
That being said, this is an expensive one for what it is. Right. It's 4 for a 2/3 flyer that only pumps something and gives it flying until end of turn, which, very situationally, it could be good. It's just not a good card. It's a flyer. So take that for what it's worth.
They always have one in white. Every standard set has this, but they way better costed.
Yeah, this is it. I'm not impressed, is all I'm going to say. The next card, also Blink Dog, not super impressed with this one either. It's again 3 mana for a 1/1 double striker. White needs help, not punishment for their mana cost.
They said they were changing white.
Yeah, they changed it all right so far. But now the next one, obviously, I think people have beat this one into the ground with the Book of Exalted Deeds for what it is. But in draft, I mean, I don't think you're going to see it, but I would take it. I mean, for all the reasons, and it's even going to be good in standard, to be quite honest. If you can gain the 3 life, which is not really going to be a said and done thing for white in this set, to be honest.
If you draft this, you're definitely going white.
Right, but you may not get that 3 life gain, is what I'm saying. It's not as easy as other sets for white to gain life. I'll just say that much.
Nice.
Okay.
So I'm talking about within the limited scope of drafting this. It is good, and you're probably, if you're going to draft this card, you're probably going to go heavy white. So maybe it'll trigger. I can't say that it will, but I think it'll be the second effect that will be more effective in your game.
Hey, Charles.
Again, I think not very great on the costing here for this unicorn. If it had flying, I would say, okay, now that I would swap, give this one flying. I'd be okay with that. And when you gain life, go ahead and put a +1/+1 on it. It'd be better. But as it hits the board, people aren't going to let you pump that thing. They're going to try to kill it fast, and it's pretty easy at 2. So it's okay. I would rather have seen these two kind of swapped. I would even be better if they gave it flying and made this one 4. I'd feel better about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Now, I do like the cleric class here. If you gain life, you gain that +1 instead. That's pretty solid. Though, again, with the costing, it feels kind of out of balance for what you're getting, for that when you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature, right? But that's what, turn 4 at best, and you're going to have to somehow gain life on top of it. It's okay. I do like the first effect a whole lot better, though. When it becomes level 3, return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's always strong. I'm sort of mediocre on this particular class. I think it's okay, and at 1 to put it on the battlefield, okay, but I don't know that you're going to be doing much with it. You're going to need your mana at turn 4 and 5 for things stronger than that.
Right.
Gargoyle, it's decent. And, we've kind of touched on a little bit with the venture into the dungeon. We'll see how strong that is. But from what I've seen so far on Arena, it's not bad. It's a decent mechanic. I do like that. I'll say this, and I don't know if you're going to spank me for this, but if I'm going to draft between this and MH2, I'm going MH2. But if I'm drafting this set, I do like that venture into the dungeon mechanic. I think that's probably one of my favorite things that's coming out of this. I like the flavor of it. I like what it does. I like the options. So venture into the dungeon, I think, is going to be good in this draft environment. And that being said, I think white is fairly solid at that. I'll give him that. I won't say the costing
it definitely has
white.
more. I just let me interject real quick. I forget the other color, but white definitely has a lot more venture into the dungeon. Was it red the other or green? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But this one definitely has more venture in the dungeon than some of the other colors. All right, go on.
That being said, a 0-4 for 3. Oof. I mean, if you can complete a dungeon, great. Then it becomes really good. But until then, it's a wall. Dancing Sword, I think, is excellent. It's a rare, so I don't think you're going to see it that much. Definite draft. I would snag that right away. I think that's a fantastic card, very well costed. Equipped creature gets +2/+1. When it dies, it can become a creature. That's a key piece there. That has ward. And it's only 1. I'd rather see it like ward 2, but it's only 1 to equip for a 2/1. That's way better than that +2 mace.
Yeah.
So if I saw that, I would nab it for sure. This, I think, actually, the more I looked at this card when I was doing my homework, the more I really like this card. Right? It's flexible. It's strictly a better Reclamation Sage. Like, if I'm allowed to say that, but obviously it's not in green, but I think it's better. Right?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Because you get to choose. It's flexible. So if there's no enchantments out there,
there's no rolling for this either.
Nope. I mean, I don't know how much you're going to use General Repose, but if you need it, I love cards that have modes that give you flexibility. And talk about costing. To me, I would have thought that 3 would have been fair. Right. Isn't Rex Age 3?
I don't remember.
I think. I could be wrong.
Sure.
And I think it's a better tough.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, I know. It's my color. I should know. Yes, it is. It's 3.
It's 1/3. I mean, that's really good for 2. I'm telling you, this is definitely draft worthy.
Oh yeah, I think beyond just standard. I think this is an excellent addition, and it's a cleric. I think this card we'll see a lot of play, not just in draft. I like this card for what it is. I think it's very, very well costed for the value. Moving on, like I said, that's probably one of my favorite cards, overall for balance. I like value. Delver's Torch, meh. I mean, it itself is okay. Again, 5 mana to get it out there. The +1/+1 isn't as important to me as the venture mechanic. But again, that's pretty pricey to get a venture mechanic on something. Right? Because it doesn't itself venture. You have to equip it, and then that thing has to attack. So it's 5 mana to even get that onto something on another body somewhere. Put it on the cleric, and you're rocking and rolling.
Nice.
Yeah, right? The Devoted Paladin. This one I think is kind of adequately costed for a common, and it's one of the bigger creatures you're going to see in white. I noticed they did not get much beef, to be honest with you, in white in this set. So I think you're going to run up against a lot of the other colors, except maybe blue. Divine Smite, not really a Planeswalker heavy set that I've seen. Right? There's only a handful of Planeswalkers.
No, there's one in every color. It's like a core set. Well, it is a core set.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's not heavy on Planeswalkers, so maybe you'll see those. And aren't they all mythic?
Yeah, I know the blue one
mythic.
is.
Yeah,
I know the blue one is.
So again, like I said, I don't. What I mean by how often are you even going to see that in draft? How often are you going to face a Planeswalker?
It's a sideboard card.
The final table.
Exactly.
The final table.
Right. I think that probably more important is the second one, but again, it's going to be, very color specific, situational, just like the black hate had the white hate. This is going to have, the black color hate, I should say. If the permanent is black, exile it. So I like that. It's not terrible. but it's situational, and I don't like situational. I like flexibility, not the opposite direction of whatever flexibility would be. Dragon's Disciple, not in love with the card, but again, at 2 casting costs, I think it's solid. 1/3. If you have a dragon, it gets Ward 1. I like being able to. This says as a Dragon's Disciple enters the battlefield, you may reveal a dragon card from your hand. If you do, or if you control a dragon, it enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. I think it's a solid card. So if you get it late game after you get your dragon out there, it's still solid. It's not a bad card. I didn't look this up, so bad on me, but seeing white dwarves, have we seen that before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Red, white dwarves.
Yeah.
Kaladesh, Inventions.
Kaldheim for sure had a bunch of them.
Yeah.
A bunch of white and red and white red. Yeah.
It's usually white.
Dig it.
Red.
I like adding the dwarves. I don't like the situational. It gets +0/+2. I've never liked 1 toughness creatures, but at 2, it's not terrible. I would draft it for a 2-drop in a limited environment. I think it won't be gas, but it'll be a solid 2-drop. At least it can kill things bigger than itself, so that's great. Flump, I think, is terrible, so I don't even want to cover that card. Why would you give your opponent's card advantage for a thing that's not even killing their creatures? I don't care. There's 2 casting costs and it's fine. Whatever. Move on past that card. What's funny is I know that other people are going to come up with like crazy ways to break the cards that I don't like in this set, but I don't like it. I wouldn't draft it.
Right, and that's fine. Right.
I would pass along.
Yeah. Sure. That's what we're
right away.
That's what we're doing. Yep.
I still don't like the if you've completed a dungeon, right? Because how many turns typically do you think it's going to take on average? I'm not talking about
5 or 6,
right?
5 or 6,
to have it trigger.
Yeah.
So to get double strike, probably 6 to 7 turns into the game? Is it going to be a game changer?
No,
not really. And at 3 casting costs, I would feel much better if this was like a 2 casting cost. I don't love it. I do like that it's a 2/3. That's about all I can say about that. People are much fonder of this Master of Flowers than I am, and maybe it'll be gas. If you see him, it's a mythic, so you're probably not going to see him. And if you can get those counters on him and become a flying indestructible 7/7 god creature, okay, great. But you better be able to protect it for quite a while, because getting to 7 loyalty counters, that's at least 4 turns after you cast it, so turn 8, right?
Yeah.
At least. Okay.
Yeah. Good luck.
Going,
good luck. Yeah.
Like, how many games go past turn 8?
Not mine lately.
Yeah.
So
and there's not a lot of proliferate.
Yeah. Is there any? I don't think there was any white proliferate at any rate.
I didn't see any proliferate. Except for dungeon delving things at sorcery speed,
beyond draft, it's a mythic, so take it. But in draft, basically what it's going to be used for is it's going to be a stall tactic. It's going to be your pillow fort, where a target creature without first strike, double strike, or vigilance can't attack or block until your next turn. That's probably going to be the biggest reason to use this card in a draft format, in my opinion.
Right.
Because this going and searching for the Monk of the Open Hand and then reveal it, you don't even put it into play. It's like, okay, that's very underwhelming. So like I said, this ability, the innate ability, probably not going to trigger, or probably not going to be much of a factor. If it does trigger, the +1 to go search for the open hand, who cares? And like I said, this is probably the best ability, where you're just basically a momentary pacifism on situational creatures. So I'm not in love with it like other people seem to be. Yeah. Now, conversely, the next card I absolutely love. In this set, I'm just going to say it. To me, it is a miniature Teferi's protection for creatures, right? Nice. So you can, it's got flash, it's got vigilance. When it comes onto the battlefield, your other creatures phase out. Now, somebody has to talk to me on this. I don't think they are considered to re-enter the battlefield, right? So it won't re-trigger things. They don't they don't leave the game and come back, right? They just phase out.
Correct.
They're not going to retrigger.
I can help you out with that one. You're correct, because I've been doing a lot of phasing with the Teferi Master of Time, you know. So I'm just letting you know that you're right.
But still, this is a great trick to like save against board wipe.
Flickering at 3 is not bad at all.
So and it's any number of other target creatures you control. So it saves your board state.
Yeah,
I love that.
I love flickering.
So I think that's an excellent card, though it is rare, so you're probably not going to see that either.
Right.
I think it would have been just about busted if it had flying.
Oh man.
Right. I still like the card very much. I think it's a good card. Half elf monk is okay. It's another wallish type of slow them down kind of card, but it's not going to win you games.
No. And at 4, it's like you might as well, I don't know why you came here, bud.
Okay, so I don't know that I would take that as a 4-drop. I mean, if you're facing these two, again, a mythic, probably not going to see it. I think it's good. I think it is the best costed flyer in white for this, especially for what it does. Still not. I'll say this: I'm not in love with it for a mythic. I'm just not. I don't think it's that great. I think it's a good, solid card and fairly costed for sure. And it does have some flexibility, so that when it dies, it becomes an equipment. That's not too terrible, but that's a lot of situational stuff happening there. Still a decent card. I would draft that. So that is a draft, but you're not going to see it. The Ingenious Smith, wall of text. I'll be honest. I went to sleep just reading this card. Yeah, it's a limited.
You can summarize. It's fine.
a limited 1/1 ghost search, sort of, in a little bit of top 4 cards for an artifact and put it into your hand. It'd be so much better if you could have some sort of situational, put it on the battlefield, but whatever. And then if you put artifacts into play, you get +1/+1 on this. I'm not in love with it. It's not terrible. It's not bad. It can give you an advantage, mid game, late game. The keen-eared sentry. I love that card. I wish it could have hexproof itself, or you could somehow give it hexproof in this set. I don't know how you do that. But you having hexproof, that can save your behind. I've always loved that mechanic of protecting you from abilities.
Well, it makes the opponent waste 2 cards, though. They have to kill this first before they can do anything to you. So they have to, shock, bolt, or whatever this guy, and then they can go after you for stuff. So it's a little bit of protection. Plus, like I said, they have to waste 2 cards to get to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's certainly going to be, shock bait or whatever you want to call it. That people are certainly going to target, especially considering you're stopping them from venturing into the dungeon more than once each turn. So I like this card. I do. I think it's a good, solid card. I would much rather swap the power and toughness, but is what it is. It's an uncommon. So I think it's a good, solid card. The Loyal Warhound. I like this card, even though, again, they seem to like giving things that 1 toughness. That it's what, land tax on a body, and that basically what it is. Though you don't get to get more than 1, but you get to go get a basic plane and put it onto the battlefield. So it's actually kind of better than land tax, right? Because land tax just puts it in your hand.
Well, it's white ramp.
Yeah, white ramp. It's white ramp search. You get to thin your deck, you get to put it on the battlefield, and you get a body. I love this card.
It costs
actually.
2.
Is it just planes, or does it say basic lands?
Oh, it says basic planes.
Planes.
Okay.
Even still, white ramp. Are you kidding me? People have been clamoring for this for years. I think this is going to see kind of widespread play in a lot of formats. To be honest,
it only costs 2.
Yeah, it's a 2 casting cost, 3/1 body that you get to go search, has vigilance. There's a lot of value on this card.
They're changing white.
Yeah, I like this. There's like 3 or 4 cards out of white that I'm very impressed with out of this set. As much as I'm not impressed with many of the others. The Minimus Containment, okay, another white sort of prison-ish effect, but you give them the benefit of turning it into a treasure. I'm not sure I love that. but it can save you in a pinch, especially in standard. So it's sort of like your Oblivion Ring, but sort of at a penalty to you. So it could also help you out potentially, like if they lock down one of your permanents and you turn it into a treasure and utilize that useless creature.
I like it.
In prison.
I like it for spot removal, at least.
It is.
Yeah.
So it's not terrible, but I'm not in love with it either. But it is common, so you're likely to see it.
I was getting ready to say, it's right there in your face, man. You know.
Oh yeah, it's common, so you are going to see this in draft for sure.
Yep, absolutely.
The Monk of the Open Hand.
Sounds like a movie.
Okay. So this is the one that you get to go search for. This is what I was saying before. If you haven't seen it before, the Monk of the Open Hand. This is the card that you get to go search for off of your Mythic for a 1/1/1. And
isn't
whenever
this one the only one that's available in the pre-made deck or something like that? The Monk, like you can't get this in a draft pack. Or
that I don't know.
Okay.
You're saying this is not draft. I thought all those that weren't available were outside the standard numbered set.
Oh, it might show up differently on this. I didn't see it on black.
So I don't know.
I don't know either. But go ahead, just go with it.
In either case, this is what you get to go search for.
Right.
Kind of underwhelming to me.
I think it's more even underwhelming if they don't put it in a draft pack.
Right. So what that does is that makes this guy even less impressive. You can't even go search for it, even if you wanted to. So I'm just going to move on. Meh. Because there's much better cards coming up. Actually, like right now. The Divine Intervention from the Moonblessed Cleric, 3 casting cost for a 3/2. Not terribly costed for the power and toughness. But what's better about it is you get to search your library for an enchantment card, reveal it, shuffle it, and put it on top, right? That's pretty damn solid for a tutoring body. I like it. I like it a lot.
The fact that it's uncommon, you're going to see this, you know. You hope you grab it before somebody else does.
Well, and it's going to let you go get your class if you have it, right? Love that idea.
Oh, yeah.
Just I would grab this all day long. This comes along, you betcha. I really love the Nadar Selfless Paladin. I think this is a great card, especially if you can somehow blink it. This is a fantastic card. Vigilance.
Best one I've seen yet in white.
3/3 for 3. Other creatures you get +1/+1 so long as you've completed a dungeon. So you're going to want to get through the fastest dungeon. I can't remember which one is it. The Lost Mines of Phandelver. Is that the one that's the shortest?
Oh, there's 2 of them. There's 2 of them that are 4, and there's one of them that's 6.
Okay. So, you're going to want to complete those short dungeons, to get this guy rolling fast. And if you can blink him somehow, I love it because the ETB.
White card you showed us earlier on the top right. Yeah.
So,
and this is good too when it attacks or gets put in the battlefield. So there you go.
Yeah.
So
like a Titan, like the Sun Titan.
Yeah. This I think is an excellent card. I think that's going to make a lot of noise, as well as the next one. Maybe not so much in this format. Maybe I'm wrong with that, but I think it's a great card. 2/2 for 2 with a magical tinkering. You get to sacrifice an artifact to search your library for an artifact card with mana value equal to 1 plus. That ramping up. You've seen this time and time again throughout Magic's history, and these cards are what's like SRAM, that kind of stuff. That you just get to go off. It's probably not going to be that in draft format for you, but in other formats, this is going to be a house. I think it's going to be all over EDH.
Even though it's legendary, you can draft more than one. In draft, you can draft 20 and put in your deck,
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying in draft, I don't know. Maybe it could be situationally great, but it's not going to be as broken as it will be in other formats.
But it's also rare, so it's not going to pop up a lot.
Yeah. But a lot of the really great cards in white just so happen to be, the Fiddlebender, rare. The Paladin class. I like the Paladin class, which we'll cover in just a second. The Paladin, the Warhound, these are all rares. Like, I think the best cards are rare in white. So if I didn't talk about those, I think it would be kind of very bland. The Paladin class, I really like. It starts getting costly as well. I'm not going to go through each of what it does, but I love the very first effect. If you just use that and never advance it, I think that alone is great for changing the pace, right? I think that's a great sort of counter to blue and black that they're going to be trying to blow your stuff up on your turn. So
yeah,
I like that. For one,
it's pretty solid.
Oh yeah. And if you do happen to get up to the level 2, I don't know that I would invest in the level 3, but okay. I think it'll be a good value at level 1 and 2. Paladin Shield. I have never been super impressed, even though it has a lot of the other things. It's not overly costed. It has flash, and you get to attach it immediately to a creature to like save it. Gets +0/+2. Meh. I don't know that I would take that in a draft.
It reminds you of a bunch of this bulk cards from the 90s, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it is common, to be fair to it. But I mean, seriously, can you imagine drafting that? Like, what are you gonna pass up to take this? It's like, I'm not.
It's your last card you're stuck with, or a basic land,
right? Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. So again, I mean, I love the venture, but they're really punishing you with the costs on these things. There should be a 4 cost, to be honest. A 5 for a 3/3 flyer.
It so venture when it attacks, though, you get to venture the dungeon.
Right. When it attacks on turn 6. Right.
Yeah.
That's a little.
It's an angel, though. Isn't there something to make angels cost less in this set? No,
I don't know.
Not really. No.
But I'll tell you what, though, that one card we saw earlier in black, this ain't gonna touch it. It's an angel.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Exactly.
That's reason to take that 5 cost.
It's 7 cost 11.
It's not even vigilance. You know what I mean? It's like
it's common.
And a magic missile takes it out. How bad would that feel? Turn 5 play magic missile.
Yeah,
well, okay.
Magic missile.
It's like, oh. So for a bomb card, it's not very bombish to me. If you can and get it out there and get it protected and all that, a lot of ifs you attach to this card, it could be good. Plate armor again. Okay. Unless you have other equipment, right? But
so this costs 3 to equip, right?
Yeah, it's 3 to put out, 3 to equip.
So it costs the same as much as a Loxodon and Warhammer. 3 to bring out, 3 to equip. It's not as powerful as a Loxodon and Warhammer, uncommon either. So this would be a pass for me.
Yeah, again, like I think they were trying to make up for it with this. Well, if you have other equipment, but what, the +2/+2 mace? No thanks. Pass.
No, that one guy, man, he gets bonuses when he's equipped. I think he's like a +0/+2 when he's equipped.
Okay. Again, hard pass on this one. There's going to be something better for you unless you
portable
get
hole. Portable hole's better.
Portable hole, actually, like what's that, glass casket, basically. So
yeah, well, this one's better. It's turn 1, so it helps against those aggro builds too.
No, I get it. I'm just saying that I like it. It's not bad, but it's essentially glass casket. I mean,
too early.
Nothing new to talk about there.
That's what hurts.
Potion of healing. I'm sorry, but kind of passes unless you have the book and you need to gain that 3 life. There's at least 1 life gain that you can sort of guarantee. Okay.
Yeah.
Not super impressive to me. I mean, the
it
card
does replace itself though. Yeah,
it does. Again, maybe not super impressed. Now the next card, love it. Absolutely love this card. It's a body that's a cantrip, right? And you gain a life. Now it is a little weak on the top. I'd like to see it 2/2, but you know what? White draw and life gain. Yes, please. I hope I see at common.
Yeah,
I think you're gonna see a bunch of these things. Man.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. I think this is a sneaky, going to be very good. It's slightly either overcosted or underpowered, one of the two. But a cantrip and life gain, I'm about this card. I like it a lot. Rally maneuver. Okay, I don't know about you guys. I really like my combat tricks to be like 1 or 2 casting costs at the most. I really don't like expensive combat tricks, right? I think it's okay for what it is. Target creature gets +2/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. But it's 3. Remember that. So 3. That's going to take your turn essentially to cast this combat trick. You're probably not doing much else unless you're on turn 5 or 6.
That's a lot of value. You got 4 things going on. What am I counting? 5 things? How many things you got going on there?
Possibly. But again, that's what you're doing that turn, right?
3, 4.
Yeah. Basically, no, hold on. It only okay. So 1 target creature is going to get first strike until the end of the turn. All right, and then up to one other target creature is going to get a +2 to defense and gains lifelink. So basically, one creature gets first strike, the other gets lifelink, and that's it. So 2 creatures get buffed. If this was like, I don't know, if it did that for all creatures, maybe cost about the same or one more, it would be way better. But it's just, I don't know, it's expensive. I'm with you on that. 1 drop or 2 drop for combat trick, I agree. Any more, just like, well, I could have bought a creature for this.
You're almost telegraphing your hand when you're not tapping your mana and you're going into combat that way, right? So then why make it instant? Just make it a sorcery and give all creatures +2/+0 and first strike. Forget about the even second part, or choose one, and make it a sorcery. But as a combat trick at 3, I don't love expensive combat tricks. I'm sorry, I just don't. It seems like it takes your whole turn and you're telegraphing what's about to happen, or you have something to answer something. So I don't know. Never really been in love with high costed combat tricks. Ranger's Hawk, hey, standard 1 white, 1/1 flying. Good to me. I like this. This is a solid card. I'd pick them up. Common, flying wins, standard. Big fan of flying and removal. Those are the 2 biggest things that win standard games for me. 2/2 for 2 lifelink, not bad for a common. I would take them for your 2-drop slot. I don't know what more you would ask for. I think that's a lot of value for what it is. At least it's not like a lot of white, 2 casting costs where it's just a 2/2 body. That's it. At least it has lifelink. So I think it's a solid card. Teleportation Circle, again, a rare. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target artifact or creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. We were looking for blink effects. This is it. This is the big one. But at rare, you do that with that paladin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
So that's good. And what's great about it is you can attack with the paladin, right? So you're going to get 2 triggers per turn with that paladin. That's a decent, solid combo. You see this one, and you see this one in a draft. Pick them both up. You're going to be doing well. I think you will, anyways. The veteran Dungeoneer.
You do get an attack out of it in a turn. Yeah.
Oh yeah, synergy. Love it. White. All good. Good things to say about both of those cards. I love blink effects, period. I don't know who doesn't, right? So I don't know about the artifact. Seems a little strange to me. Like, I don't know how much you care about blinking artifacts in and out. I don't know. Maybe if you turned that sword into a creature and you want it to go back to a sword again, would that work?
An artifact that has a tap ability, you want to tap it for its ability again?
Okay. Do we have a lot of that?
Well, I mean, the deck,
but just target artifact.
Yeah. It seems a little odd. I mean, they must have something else in mind for it, or another color, but it doesn't seem like it has a lot of synergy in white to me.
Or
maybe
the
just
next set could work well with this.
Right. I'm saying that, for the draft environment, but if you have that paladin, this becomes a whole lot juicier, I think. All right. Yeah. So, or actually any of the venture into the dungeons, right? Here's another ETB, venture into the dungeon. I think it's pretty solid. It's not super beefy, but a 4 with a venture, 3/4 body. I like it. Actually, I like it better than the next card. I'm not a big fan of these flying 4/4s for 6. Feels like a reset of power level to me. And this one, I think, is one of the weaker ones that when it ETBs, you tap a target creature that doesn't untap during its next untap step.
That's totally blue, isn't it?
It is, and it's expensive as hell. I'm sorry, for a 4/4 body that doesn't have vigilance or haste, it's like, oof. For a 1-turn trick, it's not even removal. It's like a pause button. Okay. If it said all creatures, or 2 or 3, I think that would be better for the 6 casting cost. But to me, this thing doesn't justify the 6 casting cost. I'm not in love with it. If you're low on flying, maybe consider it, but it's not like, ooh, snag that card right off the top. This thing would have to come back around to me once or twice before.
I want to add, because you're almost done with the white ones, that the Beholder card won't touch this either.
Okay. Oh, fantastic. You know what? I've changed my mind, guys. Everybody watching this, draft this thing first. This will win you game. Now watch, it will actually win a lot of games. An egg on my face.
Right.
But I'm not in love with it personally, and I love flying, so don't love it. You hear something on watch, it's decent. Again, it's that 2 casting cost, so it's fine for me for a combat trick.
Instant,
I
yeah.
love this.
Instant. I like that. Yep.
Right. And this says creatures, so all of them, right? Way better than the other card, in my opinion.
Yeah,
right? The one that only gave +2 plus like for 3. This is 2, and if I had a choice between this one and this one, I'm picking this Joker.
Yeah,
I love
like
it.
It
Also
too.
removal.
Well, I like the removal part because, like, they finally were able to cast their huge dragon, and like for 2, you're like, oh yeah, that dragon looks neat. Nope.
Yeah, there's 6 casting cost dragon, and you go, nope.
Oh, you spent 8 on that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Right? That's I like it. I would be drafting this fairly solid, and it's common, so you're going to see a bunch. So I like it. And then the last one. I'm sorry if I went long on this, but I did look at these cards, and I was trying to think about them. And do I like them? Would I draft them? All that kind of stuff. The ventures, like I said, we're going to have to see how strong venturing actually is. But I like all the venture cards. I think there's a lot in white. I don't really like the cost in white. It seems like you're going to be somewhat slow, so you're going to have to somehow figure out how to slow things down. Maybe cards like this will help. And then you're ambushed on the road. Return target creature. This is a change of pace. This is one of those cards that'll do exactly that. Return target creature you control to its hand, so you can block, pull it back to your hand, slow it down a little bit, maybe get an ETB with the venture into the dungeon, or maybe even your beloved puppy if you get one of these, right? Maybe go ramp some more in white, and then you can get your big expensive stuff out. I think it's going to be somewhat situational, but I do like it. For 1 casting cost, what can you say? It's a great combat trick. So, and it can be functional for things like venturing into the dungeon. So,
all right, I'll share my screen. I'll share my screen.
All right, go ahead. And there you go. All right, so you got blue cryptic.
Here we go. Yep. So this first one right here, I would pass it up. The second one, I would pass it up. The third one, I would pass it up. The fourth one, I know it's funny, right? Bar the Gate. Now, this one, I want to mention this one because it's the only one at instant speed that you can venture the dungeon. So keep this in mind, guys. You can fact check me if you want on this, but it's the only one at instant speed.
I think you're right.
Yeah, we did find one. Unfortunately, it's on a bad card, but it does counter target creature or planeswalker. And as you said earlier, now, I'm not sure if we're talking about if you're going to want to draft this or if you get a pre-release kit and you're stuck with these cards is my mindset right now. But yeah, you're probably going to want to pass that up too. That card right there, that one next to it, you're going to want to pass it up. The blue looking dragon thing, you want to pass that up too. This Charm Sleep, you want to pass it up. The Clever Conjurer, I got mixed feelings in this guy. You untap target permanent, not name this guy, only as a sorcery. So if you want to venture or roll again or something, again, I got mixed feelings on this guy. Contact other planes. Unfortunately, if you want draw, you're going to be stuck with this guy. I understand the rolling of the dice, but at the very least, you're going to draw 2 cards and an instant speed with pre-release or draft. That's not too bad, okay? So right now, we're talking about 1 good card and 2 iffies. If you see the Demolich, it's mythic rare. You're not going to see it, but if you see it, grab it and use it. It's really powerful. It can win the game by itself. It's a bomb at 4 blue. I don't know why you would want to. There's not going to be too many cards I'm going to say grab, guys, okay? This is going to be the second card I say it's grab worthy, okay? But this one right here, Demolich, pick it up and use it. Absolutely 100% use it. Displacer Beast, pass it up. This Winddeer, whatever guy, pass it up. Dragon Turtle, pass it up. Eccentric Apprentice. I kind of got mixed feelings on the guy, but being that it's a 2/2 for 3, I'd pass it up.
Cool, but adventures though. I mean,
it does.
That's important. That's better than some of the white ones.
Blue, this is the second one that does the most venture into the dungeon. So blue and white are definitely ones where you'll want to play with that mechanic. But go ahead.
When he ETBs, he ventures to the dungeon, right? At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you've completed a dungeon, then he gets a boost. Okay, I think you get to create birds nonstop. It's 1 per turn. That's not bad.
Correct.
It's not bad. But
no, you don't create one. One of the creatures that you own becomes a 1/1 bird.
So I mean, right now it's the only creature you would want to grab. And I'm being honest. Let's go back and start here. Everything pass up. That one's bar the gate is situational. Again, it's only countering creature or planeswalker. So you're not going to see a planeswalker. Do you want to counter a creature? So it's 50-50, or even sometimes you're playing somebody that's the same thought as you is I'm not playing creature heavy. So how good is this going to do you? You know, even when you venture the dungeon at instant speed, contacted or plane, again, it's for draw only. Demilich, this is your one win condition card. Eccentric Apprentice, if you have to get it, yeah, sure. The next to it, don't get it. Fly, don't get it. This guy right here, it's a rare. You might see it, you might not. Whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may return it to your hand, owner's hand. Okay, whatever.
You don't like Fly?
No, I don't like Fly whatsoever. It's actually a waste of anybody's time if you think about it. Do you really want to be in the heat of the moment and top deck Fly?
If I'm trying to get deeper into the dungeon and get past ground pounders, yeah.
Nah, man,
I don't think it's terrible.
I would totally pass this card up.
For one?
Yeah, I would totally pass this card up. Guild Thief, whenever Guild Thief deals combat to damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on it. It's bumping itself up. It can't be blocked this turn. You put something on their equipment like dungeon, you know, like this Fly, sure. But again, the Fly I wouldn't use. This one right here is a mythic rare I would use, but are you going to see it? Chances are probably not. I would definitely use it. It's 5 flying 5/5 for blue. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. You know.
Hello. Yeah.
Mind Flayer is definitely worth using. This Planeswalker, I wouldn't even touch it with a 10-foot pole. I don't know what they were thinking. This Polymorph is a good card. Good card. You can use it on your opponent's creatures or your creatures. By turning your creature into a 4/4 and gain flying, to me, that's better than Fly. You know, I'm just not permanent. It's going to be one-time use, but you guys you guys talked about earlier some cards that are one-time use, like +1/+1 till the end of the turn, that are pretty good. I think for value-wise, this is good. The next card, Pixie Guide, is a bomb biggity, the biggest thing Blue's seen in a long time, man. This right here, if you would roll one or more die, instead roll that many +1, ignore the lowest roll. This combos with a lot of things out there, guys. I like it. You're going to want more than a playset of this guy. And if you draft it, draft nothing but him if you want. You know, he's really good. The card next to it for 3, I wouldn't touch it. Ray of Frost. I mean, you got that one in here too that you pay 3 does the same thing. This one does 2. This one has flash. If it's red, tap it. Also, if it's red, it loses all of its abilities. So I think this one's better.
Interesting.
Now, even if they're not playing red, guys, this is still good for 2. And the fact that it has flash, you know. Anyway, the Frost Giant is pretty good, in my opinion. It's a 4/5 for 5. It's not as good as the one above it, but this one is common. It's got the ward ability on it, so it's better than vanilla.
Yeah,
I would use it. I would definitely use it. Skyan of I didn't read this one too much. Skyan, it looks like you got a roll flash. Yeah, that one's situational. I mean, for 3, you got some kind of good value there, so that's situational. If you're stuck with blue, sure, use it. You're probably going to have to at this point. Secret Door, I would pass it up. The 5 for Venture, you're going to find cheaper ways of doing that. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Shocking Grasp is not too bad. There's not really much we can do for removal in blue. But I would pass that up even if we are stuck with trying to find removal. I would try and find another color to supplement it. I would not want to be stuck with Shocking Grasp. Shortcut Secret, whenever Shortcut Secret deal combat to a player. Venture into the dungeon. There you go. That one's better than one we heard earlier, and it's on a stick. Silver Raven, in my opinion, this one, if anybody is knocking this one's an underdog. It's an artifact creature bird for 1, flying, and also you get to scry 1. That's sick. That reminds me of Parasitic Strix so much. Yeah, it reminds me of Parasitic Strix so much, man. I would grab that. I'd grab the stuffings out of that, man. Come on, that's a good card. If you got to, guys, grab 100 of those and play with it, and tell me how you did. Skull Knife Spy. Just looking at it for the first time here. Combat damage to a player, draw a card. I don't know. If you really need card draw that bad, go ahead. But I would say
it's a
past
blue
that.
elf.
I would say
But it's a
past
blue
that.
elf.
Blue elf rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
5 for a sorcery. Choose player, return half the creatures. See, I would not use that at all. Number one,
Nope.
They're saying half. Okay. I don't care if they got 100, you're returning 50. They got 20, you're returning 10. They've only got 4, you're returning 2. And they get to pick. Right?
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing for turn 5.
Yeah, that's what you're doing for turn 5. And then how I love the flavor text on this. Don't. That's the flavor text.
Don't.
Don't draft.
Nice.
Yeah, don't touch this. Yeah,
Just
don't touch this.
Yeah, no.
And hopefully you guys are doing this with pre-release pack, and you got your whole pool in front of you, and you know how watered down, and I'm not, no pun intended, that blue is going to be in this.
Not
Sudden
just blue.
Insight for 6. Draw a card for each different mana value among non-land cards in your graveyard. Okay, great. You really want to be drawing 5 cards on turn 6? Tasha's Hideous Laughter. This is going to be a good card. If you can try and get multiples of them, I know it's rare, going to be hard. That card right there, man, if you can get more than one, it's going to be a game changer, man. If you can get 2 of these in your deck, you have a chance of winning this.
Play it against an elf deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Trickster Talisman.
Kill it elf deck, yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys
Or
think about
Gobbo.
Trickster Talisman? I think Trickster Talisman for me would be a pass. But what do you guys think? It costs 2 to equip. 1 to bring out.
No, I pass.
Yeah, there you go. So that's a pass on that. True Polymorph. No,
I'd take
man.
it. I know it's expensive, but I would take it.
True Polymorph. The True Polymorph is the original Polymorph. Anyway, target artifact or creature becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature. That right there is sick, especially in limited. And if those are different words you guys are not used to using, limited would be your draft or pre-sealed pool. So in a limited environment, this is sick. Wizard class, I would just throw those in the trash. Wizard spellbook, I don't see you getting up to 7, but if you do, this is not the card you want to be using. There does have interactions, it looks like, with sorceries and whatnot in your graveyard. But if you're looking to get to turn 7 to interact with your graveyard, you're looking in the wrong color.
And not only that, there's randomness involved to it on 7, so it's not even a guaranteed thing.
I know. I know. It's so
Yuck.
sad. Like I said earlier, man, this is going to be really quick because it's blue. And usually, and sometimes there's a set where they'll be like, red's dead in this set or white's dead in this set. This is the set blue's dead in. You come to a river. At first, I play tested with this because I thought it sounded good on paper. It's really not all that, man. Return target non-land permanent to its owner hand, or target creature gains +1/+0 until the end of turn. It can't be blocked this turn. Once you use it, it's gone. Once you use it, it's gone. So, like I said, it sounded good on paper, and then when I went to go play test with it, I kind of just threw this out of my deck. Like I never even looked twice at it, man. You find
if it was one casting cost, like 1 blue.
Yeah, then I would be able to supplement it with. I would be able to supplement it. Right, correct. But for your 2-drop spot, that's just not happening, man. You find the villain's lair. This one was a counter spell, wasn't it? Yeah, counter target spell, or draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Again, if you are being in blue for some odd reason, this would be one you would want to pick up. Just like when I talked about the first 2 cards in the set, Demolich, and which you might not see, and the one above it. Let's go because we're almost done here, right? The one above it, I'm sorry, below it. This guy right here, Pixie Guide, okay? So if you get Pixie Guide, get it. Also, you find the villain's lair, get it. And you see a guard approach, get it, because you ain't got too much removal. And then this one right here is going to be the best blue has for your venture into the dungeon, because you did see a few of them already in this blue. But this one right here is the best blue has for venture into the dungeon. If you guys want to read that, his name, the card, can't be blocked as long as he's the only attacking creature. And whenever he deals damage to a player, venture into the dungeon. So a lot of people just swing with him, and I see it with people playing against me. And when I first start using that card, I was subject to doing it myself. I found myself doing it. And let me tell you, just swinging with that guy alone is not going to get you there, man. You got to do that like 10 times, you know? So again, it sounds good on paper, but in a limited environment, this is not where you want to be. So again, I'm a blue player at heart. I've drafted this blue so much that I just know now, do not touch blue when you draft it. So hopefully you're in a pre-release environment and you have a bunch of these blue you're looking at. And if you can't do anything with it, don't. Just don't.
Yeah, I don't even see it as like a splash color, to be quite honest. I mean, unless you'd like to your force with it.
Again, I just wanted to be upfront with everybody that watches this show on a regular that blue is a dead color in a limited environment right now. And with this set, just
the set. All right, so we did have 2 other people that were going to come join us to do red and green. Since we don't, we're just going to rush through it and just pretty much say play or pass. That way we can get through both colors on our limited time here.
I want to say one thing real quick because I have to go. Okay. When it comes to that red card, Delina, where you attack with her. Okay. Yeah, Delina, when you attack with her, you get to roll a 20-sided die. And if you come up with a number or whatever, you get to make a copy of a creature. And then the one, by the way, it's the only card they had in the errata before it got printed. And now the printing on the card is not what the card actually reads now. The new ruling is the last line is you may get to roll. If you want to roll that last 20 and make a copy, you can. So it used to be before, that. So right now the card, the way it's worded is you have to keep rolling. So now with the errata is you can stop whenever you want because we're not going to make you stay here if you have some kind of infinite thing going on. And so this Delina character with this one I just showed you, because I'm still sharing, I hope I am, because I got to go.
I want
your viewers to see this though. I want your viewers to see this.
Sure, go ahead. You're on.
This pixie guide right here, it combos with that Delina. So when you swing with your Delina and you put this guy out, notice how this guy says you get to roll an additional one and then don't use the lowest one. Well, you're making copies of this guy, hopefully, and every time you do, it's giving you an extra die to roll. So I'm having infinite rolls. And I'm telling you, is it possible? What's the percentages of it? Every time I play a game of Magic, I have infinite rolls. I wait until I get about 30 of them in case he's doing something in response. And then I swing with like 30 of them, to honor both of our times. Yeah, I'm just telling you that it combos with the Delina. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. So I know you guys are going to touch base on all those other cards. And you don't have to have any other card to combo with it, because when Delina attacks, you roll that 20. So you don't have to have an enabler. The card has its own enabler.
Okay. No, it's very, very cool. We're not going to have much time to go into multiple colors, but thank you so much for joining the stream today, Cryptic. You're awesome as always, and you've been there for me practically every show, so I appreciate you, man. You have a good night.
Thanks for having me on too, man.
So,
bye, guys.
Yeah, for sure. Have a good one, man. All right, Bob. We just got to rush through these because I got to pee too.
That's fine. I'll say this. I'll give an overall red. I'm certainly going to be more interested in drafting, but I think everybody will be. I think it's of the colors we've covered so far, it's going to be the stronger. It'll be stronger than the 3 colors we've covered.
And when we get to colorless, we'll see if there's anything worthwhile for equipment. But Armory Veteran for two, I think is pretty good. It's got menace if it's equipped.
I don't see you on the stream. Maybe I'm behind. I don't think you're displaying it.
No, I'm not. There we go. There we go.
There we go. Sorry. I was just like, wait a minute. The viewers might want to see the actual cards.
My bad, guys. Barbarian class is pretty fun.
We have menace, but I think it's one of the best classes, to be honest. Great cost.
Yeah, especially if you're doing a lot of rolling. This is sick.
That's solid. Yep.
And it does that automatically what the other blue fairy guy was doing. So you get to roll. Yep. If you would roll 1 or more dice, it said roll that many dice plus 1 and ignore the lowest roll. That's awesome. Again, more dice rolling.
Yeah, like with the Delina, like you were saying before. Yeah, it's going to be sick.
All right, and we get a Goblin partial Lord. I only say partial because you only get the +1, but still, it's pretty sweet. You can pump that for days if you have enough mana. See,
I like the second part better. The pack tactics, the whole thing where if you have 6 attacking, to pop creatures into play. I like it, and they don't go away at the end of turn. So, yeah, I like this card.
Yeah.
I think it's solid. Even Butch of Speed, I think is very solid for equipment. Yep, I would draft it.
That's definitely a pickup. Brazen Dwarf.
I like this Dwarf too. Oh my goodness, it's another one.
Yeah,
the Brazen Dwarf.
Burning Hands. Yeah, that's a keep.
Yeah, I mean, there's not going to be a lot of passes. I'm just going to say that. Like, I like most of these.
Yeah. All right, Chaos Chandler for 4.
Okay, it's not bad. It's a beefy body for 4. It's better than a lot of other 4-cost cards out there. So I'm okay with this. I don't understand this critical hit one as well. I mean, maybe.
Yeah. Well, at least you get this every time this guy attacks. So, and you probably will be attacking because he's a 4/3. So there you go. Critical hit.
I was already on critical hit. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. That's
sweet. So from the graveyard. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean,
20. It's not bad, but it's not great. I like a lot of the other cards in red, but I mean, compared to the other colors, it's a draft for sure. So yeah,
and we already talked about Delina. That's if you get it, definitely use it. Dragon's Fire.
I love this. Love it. I actually love that card. I think it's great.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a lot of play, all over the place. I even like. I like the next 2 as well. It's just so.
Yeah. Red is fire in this set, dude. I mean, it's funny to say that, but yeah, it is.
The only thing I would say about that Dueling Rapier is when they kill that first creature, it's going to be tough to get it on something else for a +2/+0. I don't know that I would play it once the first creature dies. I don't know that I'd play it that much. But Flash, it's a combat trick that stays on it, so I like it.
Yeah, the Elemental, you just get the ETB. Each player sacrifices a permanent. Each opponent's better, and then each opponent sacrifices 2. So it's not bad. Sucks if you roll a 1 through 9, no.
It's a 6.
But you're only doing it once.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that it's a 6/6 body in this set. So,
but if it's the only creature, if it's your only creature and you roll out, boom, you hit a 1. You're like, oh crap, I got to sack it now.
No, I don't think the opponent has. Yeah, you do. No, you don't have to sacrifice a creature. You can sacrifice land. It's a permanent, not
permanent. Never mind. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So
that's
I'm
not
still
horrible.
okay with it. 6/6. I'm drafting it. Sorry, it's a big body. It's the biggest one I've seen.
5 to do 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker is good, and then you get to roll 2. He deals 2 damage to each player, so you're already doing 5 damage to one of their dudes, and then another 2, and then if you're playing multiple opponents, the 10 through 20.
I love it, but it's okay. It's removal. Removal and limited. It's fine. It's a fine card.
Yeah.
Now the next one I don't love. This is probably one I'm not as in love with. The Flame Skull.
Yeah. Okay. It's just okay. If you want to keep drawing it.
But then you're also exiling, like, let's say, all I'm going to say about that Flame Skull is you have to exile cards, right? Exile them. Right? So you're kind of milling yourself, but you're exiling them. I don't really like what happens if you exile your game winner. I don't love it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's not fun. Javeliner is just a 1/1. Who cares what else it says? But when it becomes blocked, deals 1 damage to target creature blocking it.
1/1 for 1 that has haste and can. Yeah, I'm fine with that. It gets rid of a lot of like first strikers. That's fine.
Yeah, definitely. Goblin Morningstar.
It's okay.
Has trample.
It's not terrible. It's not great. I'm fine with it, and it can create a body, so it's fine.
That works. Hoarding Org.
I like this. Actually, I think this one.
Yeah. This will actually go in a commander deck of building.
Yeah, I like this one. And it
can
really
Lord.
Kind of ramp you up. So, Bandit Lord's not bad. It's a Lord.
Yeah. Awesome.
I don't really.
We're kind of speaking to you guys.
It's fine. I was just saying that other, the second ability. I mean, how many are you going to put in play on one turn, right?
Yeah.
I don't see that. And you have to tap him to do it. So it's like,
Yeah, not too thrilled on it. Okay. Hoblin Goblin Captain. It's funny, he's a captain, but not a lord. That's kind of weird.
Okay.
But
it doesn't pump, so it's really not kind of a lord. But it's okay. It's not great. It's not terrible. Fine.
Here's a vanilla haster for 3/3. It's not bad. It's
3/3 for 3 with haste.
Yeah,
I'll draft it all day.
Oh yeah, all day. Sorcery. Oh, that's cool. You get a shock and create a treasure, so you kind of get at least 1 mana back, but definitely
Like
kind of a
sorcery
weird
speed?
ramp. But yeah,
Sorcery speed is okay, so it's not really a ramp-ish because you're going to be that's what you're doing on your turn. You can't even do it at the end of their turn. So
I love this next one just because I love things that can't be countered. And you get to pump it until the end of the turn.
Yeah. Compare that to the white one. Heck yeah, all day long. This guy. Sorry.
But it's a 6/6, so it's worth it, you know?
Right. And the white one's a 4/4. And you can pump this guy.
It's
it's even a win con if you do. So
exactly. Jaded Cell Sword. Okay.
Vanilla body, basically.
Yeah. It only gets first strike if you use a treasure on it. Kick in the door.
Turn.
Yeah, on that turn. All right,
I like
so
this because
1/1 counter and haste. Yeah.
Right. I like the fact that it's a counter and it stays on it. So I don't like that it's sorcery,
I like that
but I like the counter. Magic Missile. Love it.
Yeah, it's great, but it should have been better because that's like the best spell in D&D is what is my understanding.
Oh, if you mean like kind of fail for mechanics from a D&D perspective, I agree. But I mean, it would be broken if it was an instant. I think like, oh crap, that's too much. But no, I like it. I like the card. I've seen it do good things already on Arena. It's good.
Yeah,
it's better than people think.
Exactly, and especially if someone's rushing you with a bunch of 1/1s, you're like, oh, I can just take out all 3. Nice. Meteor Storm.
If they have a 2 toughness and a 1 toughness, you can split it up. I really like it.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. Minion of the Mighty. Just grab it if you drop it. Yeah. What's that?
But I mean, if you're playing red like this, you're probably going to be playing mono red, so not terrible. And if you can manage 5 to do 4 damage to 2 different creatures, or however you want to divide it up, it's not bad.
Yeah, but this Minion of the Mighty is a big one because you're going to be popping in dragons. If you're able to pump this guy up to 6 or better, plus it's got menace, boom, you're popping in a dragon for free, and it's attacking, so that's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
Orb of Dragonkind would be if you're doing Dragon Tribal, definitely. But because you get the 2 mana,
to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean it's okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
Plundering Barbarian.
It'd be much better if like you could just tap it to do the 2, but that would be kind of broken and infinite. But
yeah,
I'm not in love with the orb. Plundering Barbarian I like a lot.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you can choose to either destroy an artifact or create a treasure token. So I think it's very well possible. I think it's a very solid card.
Yeah. Price of Loyalty.
I don't know that you do a lot with like there's no sack effects, right? In red,
not really. Yeah,
like if you paired it with black, maybe it'd be much better. But where you're sacking things and gaining value. But in red, I'm not as in love with it.
All right, we got your basic bomb red dragon.
Not as good as
it
the
comes
other
into
red
4
dragon
damage to each opponent. Yeah,
but it says each opponent.
For
Obviously, that's
common
a commander card. It's a commander card. It's not really. It's not a bomb and draft, in my opinion. The other one is a bomb.
Yeah, Rust Monster is interesting because you could sack all your. You could surprise some people with this if you have a lot of artifacts. Just sack them all and then just come swinging in with a first striker, freaking I don't know, gazillion and 1. You know, it's easy to take care of, but you could sneak in some interesting stuff with this Rust Monster.
If you can get a bunch of artifacts out there somehow, I don't love this one. I think it's too pricey, to be honest. I would probably not draft it.
Yeah, because what if you roll a 20, you just get 3 gobos for after paying 5?
Yeah, but more likely you're going to get 2. So 2 1/1 goblins plus a 4/3 body for 5. I don't know. I'd probably look elsewhere.
Tiger Tribe Hunter.
Not in love with that either.
Does things,
but it's okay. It's a 4/4 for 5. Not terrible, but not great.
Yeah. Unexpected Windfall.
Too pricey again for me.
It's not bad.
It does pay
Draw
2
2
for
cards.
itself. For the treasure tokens kind of makes it a little better, but for 4, it's just oof.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Beginning of your combat. Let's see. The Singer.
I actually like it.
Yeah, it's not bad because that's static. It happens every turn.
Well, and not only that, it doesn't have to be on itself. It can give it to something else that you might want to pump. So for some particular reason, but yeah, I like it.
Got Wish. Got Singing by the Fire. That's pretty cool. I like the little dragons in the fire.
You can't really. Can you do that? I don't know. How does that work in standard? Like,
yeah. Well, this would be sideboard is what's considered outside of the game. So you have 6 packs that you can just pull something random out of. So yeah. It's I don't know, man. You could definitely pull a bomb out if you have enough mana to pay it. Yeah.
If you also drafted a bomb that's in your sideboard and not already in your hand, it's an answer to something on game 2 and 3, maybe. But
yeah,
okay.
See, Zorn. That's cool. That's pretty neat, actually. If you create one or more treasures, you get to do one more. Yeah.
I was actually going to say, outside of draft, I actually like this card a lot. For the, you add it with the Academy Manufactor, the one that, like, when you create a treasure token, you also create the food. This is going to make you go off. Like that.
Hell yeah, dude.
Pair it up, make red, blue, make it Is It with Urza, this thing, and that Academy Manufactor. Oh my God.
Well, with the new red black precon for Commander, I mean, pop this in, duh. I mean, and have your assembly worker just do things for days, man. The Null Camp.
I like it. I'll pick Zorn. I like it in this format, and I like it in other formats. So I'll say that. I actually like all of these cards.
All right. You find some prisoners. It's not bad. You can start a artifact, and then you get to choose 3 of the top of their opponent's library and then exile those cards, or they just remain exiled. So can't go wrong with that. And you can play the one card later.
Yeah, I love multiple modes. I love flexibility. It's an instant 2 casting cost. I mean, it's good.
Hell yeah. And you see a pair of goblins. It's pretty kind of cool because it's all creatures. You get +2 or create 2 gobos.
Or you could surprise them with 2 goblins on their turn. Surprise block.
I like it. If you have no blockers or need some real quick, bam. Yeah. The Giant Duke. It's a rare, so you may not see it, but it's got trample for 7/3. That's pretty sick. And if it's dealt damage, venture into the dungeon. There you go. They're gonna want to block it.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's trample 7/3. Like that's beefy.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah. This Planeswalker is pretty good. I mean, it's super good. It's got
limited,
defense.
I think this is a bomb.
Yeah, this is amazing. Definitely pick this one up and use it for sure. It's even worth splashing in pre-release because it's just that good. So, all right. Shoot. We got one color left, which is green. We'll try to rush through this because I super have to go to the bathroom. Okay.
I really didn't look at this much, so I don't have much to say about it. So I'll just let you do most of the green.
Okay.
I mean, I'll chime in if I see something I love, but yeah.
Sure. 3/3 beast for 4, and you get to put a 1/1 counter on it. Beginning of your end step. I don't see anything wrong with it. I wish it had trample.
No, I think it's solid.
Root strength,
solid card.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
It's okay. That's a game winner.
Combat
trample +2/+2.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Choose your weapon. It's a combat trick, so it's a little expensive, but it does things.
It deals with dragon.
Does 5 damage. Yeah, exactly. But at least it's not just flying. So you can do damage to a flyer or double target's power and toughness till the end of the turn. That's pretty sweet. This one, Circle of Dreams, is definitely going in my elf deck. Definite pickup if you can, and it's going to be awesome. Circle of Moon Druid.
Yeah, it's gay as Cradle on a stick. Seriously.
Oh yeah, seriously. I'm not sure on the Moon Druid, to be honest. Compet Duel. 3/3 till the end of turn, blocked. It must be blocked. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Get to buff a creature and force
It'd be
people
much
to block it.
better if it was instant.
Yeah, exactly. We got the Dire Dragon Prowler, pretty cool little wolf. And for 2, you can have it gain haste and a +2/+2. Mainly it's just the +2/+2, but you can only do it once per turn. Druid class is all right. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. Nothing wrong with that. And then you can play additional land on each turn. Sweet. This actually might go in my Windgrace. And when class becomes level 3, target land.
I'd pass this on draft, but I mean, I think in other formats it'll be better.
Yeah, for constructed, it's good. The Elwick, she's decent. At least you have the +1 to venture in the dungeon. So if you're playing venture the dungeon, it's definitely worth playing. Got a little bit top 6 cards in your library, and you can pull a creature from it. If it's legendary, you can gain 3 life. Cool. If you have this in legendary deck, it'd be pretty sweet. And then the emblem creature control have trample, haste, and +2/+2 for each differently named dragon you've completed. Or dungeon, excuse me.
Dungeon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's getting really bad. Okay, now I'm just going to go play and pass right now because I really got to go.
Sure.
What?
Go for it.
All right. Ranger.
Pass.
Yeah. Find the path. It's just 1, but you get to double up your green. That's cool.
Well, and it's also it's ramp. It's more than double up, but it's I'd take it.
Mm-hmm. For Frog Emyth?
Take.
Yeah, it's good. No Hunter. It's not bad for a 2/2 body. Plus, it does things, so that's cool.
Maybe.
Green Dragon it's just okay, but it's 6 for 4/4. It's like, come on, guys.
I kind of pass, but it's a flying green. So I don't know.
Yeah. The Giant gain 3 life when it comes in. It's a 7/6 for 6. That's not horrible.
For 6. That's okay. I take it.
Yeah. Hunter's Mark.
Not straight up. I take it. Oh, that's a little rough to see. But,
okay. Bard. Sorry. Target creature.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. But it's on a 3/3 body, so at least there's that. Instrument of the Bards, it's pretty fun. And it's a 1-drop.
I think it's fantastic, actually.
Yeah, no, it's super good. Sorry, it's kind of. Yeah, it's definitely. The Outlander. Oh God. It's okay. It's a 2/3.
Sorry.
I mean, body wise, it's perfect. Yeah.
And reach.
Loathsome Troll.
It's okay. Those things. It's okay.
Once it's in the graveyard, it's
recursion. Yeah.
Yeah, you pay 3 and you get to do it out of your graveyard every turn. That's cool. Long Rest. Kind of expensive.
I like this card.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's going to be hard to play and win in this format, but I like it.
Yeah. Wow, this has a lot of stuff. Sorry, I have to go bad. Lurking Roper.
Don't like.
It's good for a 4/5 body, but yeah. Yeah. And the Druid.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay. I really have to go. Shoot. Can you pop in real quick? Yeah.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. Can you let me share my
pull
screen?
Up the screen. Yeah. Let me pop you on the screen, and I'll let you take over for a minute. I really got to go. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me get to
Beautiful.
green here.
Thank you, man.
Yep. All right. So we're gonna keep going through here. Let's see. Where did we end off? All right. So the Ochre Jelly. I like it. I like pumpable creatures. I don't think it's bad. It's 1 green and X. And when it enters the battlefield, get +1/+1 counters where the value is X. The Ochre Jelly dies if it had 2 or more +1/+1 counters on it. Create a token as a copy at the beginning. I like this card. I'd take it. I like Old Gnawbone. The flying 7/7 in green 4/7. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, create that many treasure tokens. Bomb all over this. This is a definite must draft, but you're not going to see it at Mythic. But I like this card. This is just an amazing card. and in green, yeah, you're gonna get the 7 pretty quick. Owlbear, a 4/4 for 5, and you get to draw a card. Trample, cantrip. What's not to like about it? I dig the card. I would draft it for sure. Plummet, that's good removal for flying. Standard green plummet, reprint a lot. Prosperous Innkeeper, a 1/1 for 2. Create a treasure token. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. So what's not to like about it? For 2, that's a draft. Purple Worm, another big beefy beats. Green going heavy on the creatures. This spell costs 2 less if a creature died this turn with Ward 2 on it. For 7, 8/7. Why not? I'd take it. There's not going to be much to answer that. The Ranger class. This is okay. This is a little better. You get a 2/2 creature token when it enters the field for 2, and then another 2 the next turn. You get to put a +1/+1 on target attacking creature. That'll be every turn. So I really dig that. I'm not sure I love the level 3. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You can cast creature spells from the top of your library, but it's only 4, so it's not terrible. Certainly late game answers. The Ranger's Longbow. Equipped creature gets +2/+1 and has reach. That's not terrible, but the equip cost is. So I would pass. Scaled Herbalist. It's a 1/3 for 2, and you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Not terrible. I mean, you're kind of ramping so long as you can keep getting lands into your hand. Spoils of the Hunt. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each mana from a treasure that was spent to cast a spell. I don't know that I love that. Then the creature deals damage equal to its power to an opponent's creature. For 3, it can be decent removal, especially if you have some of your big beefy beats out there. So not terrible. It's removal for green, so it's your standard fight mechanic. Well, not really standard. It does pump, then you get to fight if you use treasure. So Sylvan Shepherd for 3. It's a 2/3 that does stuff. Vigilance. Whenever it attacks, roll a D20. Possibly. It's not wonderful. It's not bad. And if you need life gain mechanic, it's actually pretty decent. The Tarask, boy, good luck getting that thing out there. But if you do, it's pretty much your game winner. Another big beefy 10/10. It has Ward 10 as long as it was cast. Okay. Pretty much you put it down and you say, I win. The Underdark Basilisk, a 1/2 Death Touch for 2. I would draft that all day long. Barris Silvery Moon Ranger, 3/3 for 3. What's not to like about it? Reach, Ward 1. When you cast a creature, planeswalker spell, venture into the dungeon, trigger this ability only once each turn. Whenever you complete a dungeon, create a 2/2 wolf creature token. That's a solid card, but it's a rare. You're not going to see it very often in draft, but it's solid. It's not a game winner, but it's good. Yeah. Wandering Troubadour.
I missed the elf.
Which elf? Sorry. I've been kind of.
Oh, no. The elf is good. No, go ahead. Go ahead and rip away, my friend.
The Wandering Troubadour. I don't know if you want me to read. I've been kind of reading since there wasn't a back and forth there, but a 4/2 for 4, sure. I'm not in love with. But it does have venture into it for like a land trigger, so it's not terrible, but I wouldn't draft it. Not unless venturing was important to you, but I think if you're going green, you're thinking more ramp, big creatures, because it's a lot of beefy beats.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. You want to cover? You want to pick some up here?
All right. Where do we leave off? I missed Gnawbone, but Gnawbone's awesome. Pack leader.
Well, I mean, if you want to go back up and look at some of the bombs, like the one that I think you should at least chime in on is Gnawbone.
Oh, Gnawbone's phenomenal. Yeah, he's definitely going in my treasure, a treasure deck, I guess. But even so, 7/7 for 7 with flying and it's green. I'm freaking in love with it.
And it's creating treasure tokens if you hit. There. That's an I win.
No,
card
it's not just the dragon. It's not even the dragon. It's any creature you control. So that's phenomenal.
Oh yeah, it's a creature. Wow. Yeah, you're right. Holy smokes, that's insane. Busted card.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest cards of the set. And I hope I land one. But all right. So where do we leave off? I heard the 10/10, which is awesome. Okay. This one's
Oh, you're talking about the
interesting.
draft?
It's pretty much a flip card without being a flip card.
Yeah, and with the upcoming Innistrad, maybe it'll even have more value. But I don't know, for a 3/3 for 2, why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and,
Like,
and you
what's
can
the
pay
downside?
4 to make it a 5/3. Yeah,
Right. Like, what's the downside here? Is what I'm saying. Like, that's a certain target for
no,
removal.
there's 0. Oh yeah.
So it's a good card.
Oh, hey, and Unbreakable. Nice to see you, bud. And Unbreakable, yeah, you're correct. You can actually put it out free if you get your tricks working right with that Kobold. So that's pretty awesome. Just have it come in free and attacking with the red Kobold. You're set. Red green would be a really
you're
good
talking about
mix
Gnawbone?
for Gnawbone. Yeah.
I was
All right,
confused.
so we
I thought
got
you were talking
Wild.
about the pack leader. I'm like, what?
No, not that. I'm sorry. But any
That's okay.
dragon, really. Yeah. So you could get it free with the Kobold.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we got Wild Shape. I like that there's options. See, choose one till the end of the turn. Target creature you control has a base power and toughness, becomes a creature type, and gains that ability. So you get a turtle with hexproof. Whoop-de-doo. Spider with reach, or an elephant with trample. Well, that's cool.
Well, it could save.
But
it could
if
save
you have a bunch of 1/1s,
what you could do is you could save it's instant for 1, and you have let's say you have your Gnawbone out there, and they target it with a kill spell. It could save it. So,
and you are correct. Unbreakable. If you pay 7, then do 7 damage that turn. Yeah, it does pay for itself with all those treasures. You are correct. But you'd have to find a way of getting haste to it.
It's still crazy.
Prefer
no matter
Gnawbone.
what. I think that's a must draft. Yeah, it's crazy. If you pass that up, call me.
Yeah, no kidding. I will definitely not pass. I will just grab it, even if I have 4 of them. You find a cursed idol. It's pretty utility. You can destroy target artifact, enchantment, or go for a treasure token. Pretty universal. I like it. I wish it was instant, but hey, for 2, it's all right.
That's the only thing I was going to say.
I'm sorry?
That was the only thing I was going to say is I wish it was instant. I don't see why it has to be sorcery, but okay.
Yeah. This is cool. This is the only ramp in the set for green, fortunately, besides doing treasures. It's Happen Upon a Glade. I like it because you have options. You can grab 2 basic lands, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. It would be better if it would put one in though. Return target
ramp. You mean like spell ramp? Because the circle
grabbing lands ramp
through it. Yeah, this guy is definitely ramp. That's crazy ramp. The Circle of Dreams Druid, the gayest cradle on a stick.
Okay, that one. Yes.
Oh,
sorry, I was like, what? Yeah.
Or are you just talking about like creature
tavern.
kind of, or like spell kind of ramp?
I'm thinking more spell ramp because there's not a lot of ramp in this set. So that you probably want to grab because that's really the only one to help you grab lands if you're playing green. So if anything, it's culling your library, so that always helps. All right, so meet in the tavern for 4. Form a party. Look at top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal creature among them. Okay, put it in your hand. The rest of the bottom of your library. Okay, that's all right. Well, creatures you control get +2/+2 the end turn. I don't know. I'm not really feeling that one.
I don't love it. It's not instant. It puts it in your hand rather than on the battlefield. It seems very mana intensive for what you get.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Multicolored is not a big section, so I can run through that real quick. All right, so you got your Bard class. What's that?
Did you cover the dragon? I just say maybe go love, hate, love dragon. I'm okay with Bard class. I like Barrowin. Yeah,
the adult dragon is a if you get it, cool, use it. I mean, honestly, it's awesome. Bard class is pretty decent. We got the clan endure. If you're running into those colors, cool. This one I'm gonna really brush through because it just matters what you get for your other cards. If you don't have a lot of red and you wouldn't necessarily want to run the Brynor Battle Hammer, you know what I mean, or not enough white. The Devil's Chosen, sweet. I'm just kind of glancing through this real quick. Fighter class is pretty decent. You run Simic,
like
yeah.
Gretchen.
So Gretchen, yeah.
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 Like
There you go. That's beautiful. Put a land card from your hand into the battlefield. Costs 4 though, but still, it's
well,
something.
but it's 0
At least a
body
little bit of
for
ramp.
2 costs. 0 for body, 2
Yeah.
costs, and if you have extra land cards, it'll help you get them out in the battlefield. Do it at the end of your opponent's turn. It's good.
Yeah. I like the triggers for the dungeon.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
I like it. The only problem is it's
awesome.
got blue kind of sucks. So it's like,
yeah. Yeah, exactly. The painter's dope.
Painter's great. Yep.
Yeah. Cradle of the Great. Yeah. Beloved Ranger. Man.
Now, this is from Baldur's Gate. Have you ever played Baldur's Gate, the video game? He's in there.
No.
Oh yeah.
Neat.
No. Yeah, man. That's him. You point, I punch. This is
sweet.
This is more mean, or I guess you could say lore, or whatever you want to say. I love this card. Love it for the flavor. It's a crazy guy with his pet mouse.
Oh,
It's
okay.
awesome.
Is that the one that?
Yeah, look it up.
Oh yeah. This is the one that makes boo. Yay. Okay. I'm not going to use it, but it's still like that. You make a legendary hamster. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Orcus is amazing. If you're stuck, if these are your color mixes black and red, dude, you're stoked. You definitely use this guy. Rogue class is really good if you are in those colors. Death Whisperer is all right. My favorites is Skeletal Swarming. If I end up with those 2 colors, I'll be pretty stoked. Because beginning of your in-step, you're creating a 1/1 skeleton every turn. And if a creature died, create 2 of those tokens instead. So that's pretty cool. Expensive, but, if you can get there. And then there's Tiamat. If you pull him, you'll be stoked. But I don't know how good a 5-color in this would run, because you don't really have a lot of mana fixing. There's some, but it would be really hard to pull off a 5-color in draft. The Fang Knoll is pretty fun. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through this. Obviously, if you're running blue-black, you end up with the Kingpin. Awesome, use it. Volo's pretty fun, and I'm not sure about the Adventurer. Yeah, it's just okay. All right, moving on.
Yep.
Yeah, we already know what the dungeons are. Cool. There is a fair amount of art. Well, it's funny, for a bunch of equipment, they don't have too much. There's only like what?
I hope
12,
they make more
13.
dungeons. Is what I'm going to say about those for like dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that they expand that. You have that mechanic in the game, so I can't imagine they won't make more, even if it's a secret lair kind of thing. I would imagine that a lot of players are going to come up with their own dungeons.
Yeah. All right. So we got Bag of Holding. It's awesome for one. I mean, universal. Discard a card and exile that card from your graveyard. What? Oh, whenever you discard a card. Ooh, ouch. But you can pull it back. Draw a card, discard a card. Okay. Sacrifice it and return all cards to exile with Bag of Holding to the owner's hand. So, look, it only happens when you sacrifice those. So if someone kills it. Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a lot
We're
of
all
artifact
familiar with
removal.
deck of, and as I've been calling it, it's only a deck of 3 things, or maybe 4, but it's not of many. A lot of people that were D&D players have issues with this. As far as gameplay goes, for 5, if you can get there, I don't know about draft though.
Well, but it's not just 5, right? It's actually 7.
Oh yeah, because you got to pay 2 to roll the die.
Right? So
yeah,
I'm not as in love with it. I think flavor awesome. Accuracy to D&D not so great, and for a Magic card, it's all right. It's not awesome, but it's not terrible.
The rough part is if you have a full hand, and because you subtract 7 from the D20 roll, so if you roll 7 or less, you're kind of sucks. But I mean, late game, if you only have a couple cards in your hand, like you probably will, it could come in handy. I'm not sure about for draft though. I mean, it's a pickup, sure, but got a dungeon map. 3 for colorless, sure. And then you can pay 3 to venture in the dungeon at any point in time. So that's actually not bad.
Not in any point in time. Only as a sorcery.
Only as sorcery. Well, that's
like I said,
that's
not in love with this. And a 3 casting cost, colorless rock. Not impressive to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you. Eye of Vecna. Okay. You draw a card and lose 2 life for playing it. Okay. And beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 2. If you do, draw a card and you lose 2 life. Okay.
We've seen so many of these effects over the years. Being on an artifact, it's actually not bad.
Right. You want to grab 50p rope, just in general. It's just going to be fun to say when I crack boxes. Climb over, target wall. You don't really have to worry about walls that much. Target creature doesn't untap. Yeah.
That's the one that people are probably going to use the most. But, I mean, unless you really need a 5 to get into a dungeon, okay.
Yeah.
I would say that probably the 3 is going to be your better, like, situational creature removal. So, yeah.
Exactly. And John was right from Cryptic. There's only one instant venture in the dungeon, and that was in blue. Okay. Great Axe. Okay. 4 + 0. And a quick 5.
How about not so great? Who the hell's going to pay 5 to put that on? Like, oof.
Well, there's a red white guy that you could pay it for free, but still, it's like,
Right.
I think it's only in Commander, though.
In draft format, pass.
No. Hand of Vecna.
I mean, I think it's decent.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's only equipped 2. Or you can pay 1 life for each card.
1 life for each card. Right.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah. Iron Golem. Just draft shaft. Be honest. It's okay.
It's 5/3. It's fine.
But you have to attack with them or block with them every turn. So
I'm actually fine with that. Yeah, it's a big beefy body.
Yeah,
they want to trade.
Yeah, it's not bad.
5/3, sure.
Leather armor seems pretty weak. It's free equip and has ward. It's okay.
Meh. You're gonna draft it
if
you're stuck with it, maybe. But if you're are you gonna draft that card? Honestly, no.
Nah,
I wouldn't.
Mimic is awesome.
I like it.
Yeah. Spare Dagger's amazing.
As a matter of fact, have we seen any other color fixing really in the whole set?
That's what I'm saying. There really isn't. It isn't. That's why I said playing 5 color is going to be next to impossible. So
no, but this can at least help.
As you've seen, there's not even a mana rock that does fixing on this. So it's kind of sucky. I mean, yeah.
I mean, treasures, those kind of do. I mean, but this is the only like mana rock, right? Oh no, it is. No, it's still a treasure. It's still a sack. So, yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's not a lot of color fixing other than treasures. So, which I'm not in love
and you're
with.
paying 2 to filter, which sucks. 2 for 1. It's not that great. All right, spiked. Or no, you have to pay 2 for 1. I mean to say. Spike Trap is kind of fun. You got to pay 5. Wow, and sack it. That's lame.
Great. So it's actually like 6. Like why flash it unless you want to? So paying 6. Think about that. Paying 6.
Yeah. That's really rough. I don't know, man. I don't know. If you're stuck with it, I guess you can use it. Treasure chest. You pay 3, so really it's 7 to sack it. Roll a d20. You lose 3 life. That would just suck to pay 7 on a turn.
7 to lose 3 life.
Yeah. Create 5 treasure tokens. Okay, at least you get your money back if you roll 2 to 9. Gain 3 life and draw 3 cards at 10 and 19. Okay, and then 20. It's cool because you can search your library for a card. It's an artifact. You put it into the battlefield. That is phenomenal. And then otherwise put that card into your hand, then shuffle. So you get a little tutor. If you roll a 20, you get 3 life and draw cards at 10 and 19. I don't know, man. It's
Like,
it's just okay.
10 and above is good. Like 1 and 2, like you're paying 7 to get 5.
Right. These land cards, if you get it and it's your color, cool. Otherwise, the non-color ones, let's see, like this Dragon Descent, comes into play tapped, so that's not great. But pay 4 tapped and untapped legendary creature you control, venture in the dungeon. That's
I don't like.
You should just be able to pay 4 to venture in the dungeon. That's stupid. Evolving Wilds, actually, there you go.
The Dungeon Descent, it really should be, venture into the dungeon, and when it comes in the battlefield, at least if it's coming in tapped, at least venture. You get one venture out of it.
Exactly. It's not even doing that. Well, blue gets a decent land though. For 6, you can put in the whole giant turns into a 7/7 with Ward 3.
It's not bad.
And if you have that, and if you're able to put the white book on it, then you don't lose the game.
Right.
Same with all these man lands.
That's pretty much any of these. These 3 at least. 4. I'm going to point out one thing here. Like, there's 2 things that I've seen. Like, somebody pointed this out, that this is, I don't know if you can see my screen, or am I still sharing?
Oh no, yeah. I'll go over to yours. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, the hive eye tyrant, right? I don't know if you were going to point this out.
Oh, you were on your screen actually.
We're on your screen. It's a beholder, right?
Oh,
it's not actually a beholder, but the image is a beholder, right? And what I see here in the Den of the Bugbear is again another face right here, right? So I don't know if they're going for that sort of theme, because I don't think they did it with white, or maybe they did and I just don't see it in white. But there's the face here, with the nose, the eyes, the mouth, and the beholder here. So I don't know if that was like intentional, or if I'm just, smoking weed every day. But
yeah, that's crazy.
Like, this is an obvious one. This one was just like they did it with a negative space. You know what I mean? And this one seems like it was not really drawn, but they did it with sort of illusions.
Is that like the inside of his mouth for the beholder?
What's that?
Oh, this beholder.
No. See, here's the eye. Yeah, here's the eye of the beholder. Here's all the eye stalks. These little white squiggly lines. Right? Here's the eye right in the middle. Here's his mouth. Right? And these are all of the little eye stalks coming off of him here. I mean, maybe I'm crazy. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you traced it out with a piece of paper, you would say, "Oh, wow, that's a beholder."
Yeah, no, I definitely see the eye. I just don't see the mouth.
You don't see the mouth right here?
The eye stalk.
You don't see the mouth right here?
Oh, okay.
Here's all the eye stalks.
Oh, now I see it. Now I see it. Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, go ahead and scroll down. I don't like that it's a turn 1 Hydra, but, okay. Temple of Dragon Queen. Cool for your dragon decks. Reveal a dragon.
Right, but you kind of have to have a lot of dragons. So in draft, I don't know that it's fantastic, but whatever. In draft, how many dragons are you going to draft?
Yeah, right. Exactly. So it comes into play tapped unless you reveal a dragon. Okay. But you can actually. Yeah. Okay. See, enters battlefield.
Like,
color.
Just kind of slows you down a little.
It's okay, but if you have a dragon in your hand, it comes into play tapped, or it doesn't come into play tapped, but it is 1 mana. This is your only mana fixing land. This is crazy, but you could choose a color, so that's all right. Treasure Vault.
I like it.
This is kind of all right. Yeah. Then you have your basic
doesn't come
cards.
into play tapped, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you need to ramp out, for your game winner, that'll do it. Or if you need the treasure tokens because you need artifacts for that one, I think it'll be all right.
Yeah,
I like it.
All right.
I don't like that it's rare. It feels like it should be uncommon, but
yeah, I kind of agree with you on that. But all right. So Unbreakable. I'm sorry, we were just trying to rush through the set here, and the rest is just a basic lands. A lot of flavor text, so that's cool. But
how do you feel about the basic lands? by the way. How do you like this look and feel where it's kind of like all this flavor text on the lands itself?
Yeah,
I like the art. I don't know how much I like all this blah 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 down in my mana.
Yeah, but you know, it's something you can read while your opponent's taking forever. You know.
Yeah, but you read it 5 times. I think this is the best looking.
Yeah. Oh, that is pretty sweet. Oh, the swamps are nice. Be nice to see this a lot of these in foil. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, cool, I like the land art in this set for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Speaking of which, we didn't even see it here. The
what's up?
The module. I think that's probably in my, so overall, I don't know if you want me to say this or not, but I'm unimpressed with the set overall. I don't even like the parchment paper special art. I think is disappointing. However,
you want to look at?
I don't have them here, and I don't want to go stumbling around.
Sure.
So
I'll do it. That's fine. We'll look.
I mean, I'm just trying to make things of note, but I will end it on a positive note.
Yeah. Oh, it's taking forever. Oh boy.
The module lands I think are amazing. It seems like they're in all 3 products. The draft set and
there's no
boxes.
There's no special anything on that except for extendo. For the collector. So it is nice that you can get all the stuff in draft and set boosters. So you know, the only ones that you probably want to go after are the alt full arts, but those are available in the regular packs too. So at least searching wise, you could still get it and not blow that $200 on the box. I mean, I might still do it, but yeah, I mean, these are all just extendo regulars. I'm scrolling through it fast, I know, but I mean, this Frost Giant alt art looks pretty sick, though. I'll give it that. You also get a extendo different art. Go ahead.
Yeah, those next ones that are coming up, though, they were doing so great. Like when you think of Throne of Eldraine, like this is what they put in instead of like those fairy tale lands, with the fairy tale borders. It's what they put in instead of the
D&D player.
Right. I was a D&D player from 1982 on. And
so no nostalgia for you?
These don't get it. Now, what the module lands do, these don't, not really, no.
Okay.
I know that that's what they were going for, but like when I saw the module lands, I didn't even know that they were cards at first. And I was like, wow, they put D&D module. Like, wait, no, those are cards? That is baller. There's a lot of flavor. I like the flavor. I won't say, people are saying it's like a flavor, awesome 8, 9, 10. I wouldn't say that it's that far. I think it's good. I really hoped it would be more. I really wanted more out of this set.
This is venturing into the commander sets that you can get in the collectors, which will be extendo.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe full art, but but I don't know. It's interesting, but
that's incredible. I'm definitely going to try to get as many of those module lands as I can get my hands on.
Mm-hmm.
I
do
think
like the alt art. The alt arts are pretty dope. Because the dragons from like Strixhaven weren't that amazing looking on the alt arts, alt extended art, or whatever you want to call it, borderless they say. But I do like the art on this. It's pretty sick. All right, going down. Okay, I know I'm going fast, guys. I want to get down to the lands. The artifact.
Yeah, I think that's really what's super special. I think these are, in my opinion. I'm a collector as well as a player. And D&D player. I'm not an avid D&D player, but I was back in the day. And boy, these remind me of the modules. I mean, just nailed it dead on. A+. I don't know that I'm going to go for the foils, but I certainly want to have multiples of each of these just for the look and feel. These are amazing. And that treasure vault, I think, is really good. I want these, certainly multiple copies, many as I can get my hands on. Hopefully they'll be very common. Not like super, super hard to get our hands on. I know I've already seen a bunch of the Evolving Wilds. But these, I think, really this is the standout for the set for me. It's just an opinion. I realize that, but yeah, this is what I'm going to be targeting.
Yeah. But for those out there, this set's going to be, I almost don't want to get a collector's. I might be just okay with the set booster, but I will probably get a collector's eventually. But I'm not in a big rush, and a lot of the value in the set's going to drop super hard, as usual, the day after physical release. But I don't know. There's not a lot of money in the set. If you're going to buy the set just for playing the cards, perfect. Awesome. There's some nice includes, a lot of different decks, but overall, if you don't really care about a box, I hate to say it, but get singles, because there's not a lot in the set. It's not a big powerful set, which for D&D you would hope that there would be.
Oh, yeah, boy, I won't say it on the show, but and think about this: the box of D&D is going to be sitting on the counters out there, right next to Modern Horizons 2. So I get 2 D&D boxes, which are not going to have quite as much value, or I could get one Modern Horizons 2 box just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Or 2 packs versus 1 pack, whatever it is, competing with probably one of the strongest sets. You know what I mean? With Modern Horizons 2, I realize not standard. I get it, but just how can you justify that when you're standing there at the counter buying the D&D set over the Modern Horizons 2 if you're a Magic player and collector? And you really have to love D&D to be willing to take the money you could pay on Modern Horizons 2 products to put it in D&D. And I had planned on dropping a couple thousand in D&D, and now
I'm having to make, did you or did you?
I did not. Actually, and I'll share this with the audience because I think it actually does a service. I before I saw the spoilers, I already had my pre-orders out there. I canceled. I'm one of those guys that canceled.
Yeah,
and I shifted that money back into Modern Horizons 2 because I didn't know quite what to do with the money, and I had been saving up for this set for like over a year.
Yeah, and then Modern Horizons 2 finally came down on the price point because the drops. It's still pretty expensive for a collector's. Talking about $320 to, well, it's now down to $320. At which point it's almost worth picking up because it's not going to go much lower than that. It's just not. The set boosters are definitely worth picking up though. But you're right. I'd rather get a set booster box of Modern Horizons 2 than pick up the collectors on this. I'm still going to do it because I kind of have to. But
no,
it's just,
I hear you, and I felt it was kind of relative. That you're talking about products that are in print at the same time, sitting on the shelves at the same time. And if anybody, is just getting into Magic for the first time, think about how that's going to feel if they're like, oh man, I remember those Modern Horizon 2 sitting on the counter and I took these D&D because I knew D&D instead.
Yeah.
So I would say do your homework if you're watching this and you're trying to decide if you want the D&D flavor and you want the D&D nostalgia and that's what you're really after. They didn't do a terrible job in that respect, but tuning down the power level. I mean, that's not us saying, that's nothing earth shaking. Everybody's saying it out there. They tuned down the power level for whatever reason. They did it. And you're talking about Modern Horizons 2, which is crazy insane for value, really powerful cards for, if you're, let's just say, a lot of people are looking to gather cards because they want to get into the Commander. That's the most popular format out there. And I think that Modern Horizons 2 has more essentially for you if you're going to do that, just to fetches along. Cabal coffers, exactly. Just go on and on and on and on. And when you're talking relative value, you're going to see Modern Horizons 2, not financial advice here, but I could foresee it in the not too distant future being a $500 box. I don't ever see these Dungeons and Dragons being $500 boxes, not in any near future. So.
Yeah, and you might see a lot of retracement in orders. For those that do go nuts and buy this, cool. But I mean, the rares and mythics in the set, maybe Tiamat, maybe the Green Dragon, but I don't see any of them being over $50 at like any point in time. Even the fancy smancy version, maybe 60. But there's like what, 5? I mean, actually, you know what? Let's do this real quick, and then I know we got to go. Oops, sorry about that. I'm just gonna pull up a screen real quick And then we're going to look at, sorry, go over to Drive. It's just easier. Okay. I know it's a blank screen. Bear with me. Okay. So I'm just going to go over to TCG Player, and you're going to see the basically there's not much value after the first page. It's kind of sad.
and we're on like pre-release, right?
Yeah, we're at pre-release.
Very concerning sign.
Yeah, exactly. So okay, let me pull it up here. Come on.
And I'm not trying to bash. I'm just trying to give feedback. On what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you guys are watching this afterwards, please feel free to comment and let us know what you guys think of this set. I really liked a good consensus from everyone out there, especially if you made it this far. I appreciate it that you're still watching. But definitely, okay, so market high, low. They haven't figured out what to do with these art cards. Okay. It's funny that these art cards, they're just trying to fill up the space. Oh, look, these are all of value, but there's no prices on any of it. Okay, that's really weird they did that. Probably because I'm probably in the wrong section, aren't I? Dang it. My bad. Okay, that's the art series. That's why. Commander, promo pack. All right, here we go. The base set. Still,
I don't know. Maybe
can't believe they
filter
went
out two.
Yeah, no, we're here. All right, so the biggest card, $40. The foil is going to be a little bit more.
Right. Yeah, I mean, depending
44
on
the
for the
extendo.
But yeah. Well, the Demi Lich, like the actual listings, is showing as the highest at 55.
Yeah, no, it is.
For actual listings, but yeah, I don't know which one you're going to go by, market price or actual listings or whatnot. But yeah, no, again, to your point, there's nothing over $60. Whereas you look at like Ragavan or something like that, from the previous sets, it's like
exactly. So this is all first page, and look at this. We're not even towards the end of the list, and just on base cards. See, there's my Green Dragons 25. Yeah, and it's already going down. Look at that. Already, not even to the bottom of the page, we are under $20. Next page, even more. There's not a lot of value in this set,
and that's sad. It really is.
Yeah, that it is.
But that being said, I am picking up some product. I am going to play with it. We're going to do box battles. We're going to do pre-release kit. Just to it's all relative. It'll all be the same relative power level. But when you start mixing it into the rest of the Magic world, I just don't see this set really leaving much of a fingerprint out there. I mean, maybe moving forward and they tune all the sets down, but what does that have to do with like the other formats when you start extending beyond standard? So it's like, ugh.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough.
Well, a lot of people have been complaining because standard is like virtually unplayable in some cases because you have your main decks, like 2 or 3 decks that are just super uber powerful, and then that's it. And then I don't know.
But to be honest,
it's just very difficult to get in there.
It's kind of been that way for as long as I can really kind of remember. When I started getting into tournament play back in like 97, 98, you really only had like a handful of decks that you would see consistently at tournaments, right? So, and power creep's always been a thing, and then they need to do some sort of reset, and this is it. So it's sort of like we have to take our medicine and bear with the reset and get the power levels tuned down, and it happens. But those sets tend to suffer. It's just unfortunate. It happened to be D&D for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was really
and like Life Total said. Yeah, exactly. Like Life Total said before, it's just like, why did you have to mess with my set? Like he doesn't really care about vampires or werewolves, and that's going to be the next set. Me, I'm happy for it, but there's just not much in this set, and I like some of it. It's going to be fun to draft for sure. Not going to be able to open too many boxes of this because I'm not going to go nuts on it. But it's going to be fun to open because you got mad story time as you're cracking packs for sure, man. Yeah,
I think there's something to it, and maybe it'll age better than maybe I'm completely out of my mind, and it's actually better than it appears, but maybe they'll add more things that make it better with like, you know, some better dungeons that do some amazing things. And then, you know, venturing into dungeons will be really powerful. And these cards now suddenly mean more, at least the mechanic does. I don't know, but yeah, I wish it hadn't been this set. You know, I was really hoping for a home run on it. So.
Yeah. And you know, for once I'm actually waiting for the next set. Like, okay, this set dropped, great. For once I'm okay with being you know, squirrel. You know, I want to see something flashy. I want to see something decent. You know, we had it with MH2. Hopefully the next two sets aren't big letdowns, and there'll be lots of stuff that we can use, and you know, that will be good. They definitely did tune down the power level, as a lot of people asked them to do. So there you go. Fortunately, it was D&D that did it.
We always complain when they give us exactly what we want. We want more fetch lands. Wait a minute, my fetch lands aren't worth $100 a piece now. So it's like, well, what do you want?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, you're right. And we have to take our medicine when we ask for these things. So what would you do?
Yeah,
you know,
for
how
sure.
would you make everybody happy all the time? So,
yeah, exactly.
Like I said, it had to happen. I'm sad it's this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, we actually went way over today. That's cool. We normally do 2 hours on this, but we wanted to finish out the set for you guys for sure. And thank you, Bob, for helping me out with that. I really appreciate it.
No, I love coming on, and I seriously appreciate you inviting me every time you do.
Oh yeah, well, hopefully we'll see you next week, man. Not sure what it'll be on, but will be definitely fun as usual. So
actually, I think I'm drafting. Actually, I think I'm doing a commit. I'm gonna finally get out of the code. Sorry, can't say it. Getting out in public.
I just say Rona. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm drafting a personal box of Commander Legends for the first time with some friends. I think next Thursday. So
neat.
Super looking forward to that.
That's super awesome. Yeah, especially if the price went down on it. It's affordable.
Oh no, I've been holding on to these for like 6-8 months now. So I've been waiting.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, these have been brewing. Cool. Hopefully, there's going to be some heat in them. No, I should be just loaded with hull breachers.
Yeah, all hull breachers all the time. Yeah. Well, I hope that you get some Jeweled Lotuses out of those, you know, for your commander decks. That'd be sick.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to it. Thanks again. If I'm available, that's really to show up. But like I said, I think it's supposed to be next Thursday. I'm doing that. So
all right, well, bet we'll have fun, bud. Everyone that's still here, thank you so much for watching. I know it's been over 3 hours or almost 3 hours, but you know, do me a favor, have fun at pre-release tomorrow. I'm still going to go to a pre-release, you know, even though set's not that hardcore. Yeah, hopefully I'll get some good pulls, but I just plan on having fun, and hopefully our little session here has helped you guys out. So if you get stuck with any color that you don't like, at least you know that you can work around with it, because we gave you the overview. So pretty sweet. Well, thank you again, man, for joining us, and we will catch you guys next Thursday.
Have fun,
keep a lookout. I'll be doing a box tomorrow after pre-release, so it will be late. But if you guys are up, feel free to join me. I'm going to be cracking open a set box and hope that I get some value in the list cards. All right, man. Have a good one, everyone. Peace out. Make sure to comment when you guys are done here, and have a good one. Bye.
Bye.